right.
I'm all off guard.
That's right. That's right.
I'm reading my notes. I'm reading my notes app. That's where I take my notes. And now I'm going to have to take a sip of this Aussie lemonade.
I had 2 of those the other day.
Jesus Christ, dude.
They only equal like 2 cups of coffee. They're like 180 milligrams of caffeine in there.
I had, did I drink 2? No, I didn't drink 2 yesterday. I forget. I maybe SummerSlam I drank 2. I don't fucking know.
Hello, welcome
to WeNeedWrestling. Wrestling. I forgot that we were recording for a second, to be honest.
Me too.
It's like, shit, whoops.
Fucking forgot.
I looked down and I was like, oh, that's a microphone in my face.
I completely forgot that we were just sitting here bullshitting about sodas.
Oh, my God.
Because I'm drinking a regular Mountain Dew, which has 54 milligrams of caffeine in the can.
Perfect.
There's 2 cans in this cup.
Sure. If you say, I don't fucking know. What's going on? Hello, everyone.
Nothing. That's Brett. I'm DJ.
Welcome to another week of wrestling and life.
Yes.
We're in August now.
We're a lifestyle podcast all of a sudden.
I hope it determines my death style as well. I'm not good at this. Hello.
Well, you say, how are you, pal?
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
How are you, pal?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. Nothing. Waiting for some rain. It's going to rain.
It is going to rain.
2 to 4 inches in the next 12 hours, they say.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my driveway's going to flood. That's all right.
Probably is, man.
Ain't nothing I can do about it. I ain't
It's
Aquaman.
really not.
Nope.
Fucking Aquaman.
Sell him to who?
Fucking Aquaman. I love that clip so much.
Did you see that the succulent Chinese dinner guy died today?
Yeah, I posted it in the fucking Discord.
Did you? I didn't see it posted in the
Nobody
Discord.
gave a shit or they gave a fuck.
Oh, that's
that made
a
me
shame.
real sad.
Get your hand off my penis.
That's right. I'm going to give you my limp penis
That's
now.
right. You ready to receive my limp penis?
That guy's the best. I was like,
Yeah.
sucking into
Did
Chinese
you? So
dinner.
I looked him up. I forget his name.
He did a big long interview about it.
Yeah.
Well,
He's a documentary coming out next year. I didn't see you post in the Discord. I would have said something.
Yeah.
I
said R.I.P.
I wanted to see what was up with him, and so I read one article where it was like he was like this like small time criminal and like fake identity guy, and no, it was mistaken identity. They arrested the wrong fucking dude.
Yep.
Like they thought he was using a fake credit card, and then they arrested him for a mistaken identity, and he actually had done nothing wrong. He was like a small time like part time actor.
What the fuck did you say about democracy? Oh, I forget the.
Oh, this is Democracy Manifest.
And he like rolls his. Oh, it's so fucking funny.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite clips.
Amazing. Yeah, Michelle didn't know what it was. I showed her today. She's like, "What is what?
You know your judo."
Yeah, hilarious. So crazy. Rest in peace to that Australian legend
Rest
right
in
there.
power,
That's
brother.
right.
Poor guy.
Missed his call and could have been a wrestler.
Jack Carlson.
There you
That's
go.
his name. 82
Jack
years old.
Cartwheel Carlson.
Rest in
That's what
peace,
they call
brother.
him.
I'm under what?
But anyway, how are you, pal? Are you good and you're all right? At least for what the audience needs to know. That's going to scare everybody.
Yeah, no.
You're going to get a text from Joe, you're all right?
I'm okay.
Yeah, everything's good.
Everybody else is a piece of fucking shit, man. I'm okay.
I'm all right. Everybody else fucking sucks.
It's very much like fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool, but it's me saying that to a mirror. No, I'm good. You know,
right? That's
people are fucking idiots. That's
I like it. They are. That's true.
Yeah. You know what's not idiotic?
Wrestling?
No.
Oh yeah, because wrestling definitely is.
No. Talking about it with you though. I enjoy this part of.
All right. Well, that's
week.
good.
Do you want to hop into it? You want to?
Yeah. Well, so I got a pretty substantial piece of news.
I thought you said you have a bit. I was gonna say get the fuck out.
I don't do
your
bits.
house.
I don't like bits. Any podcast that does bits is out of this. Is just out of contention.
Bit free since 03.
I have a big piece of news that dropped this morning. That I saw. Did you see the Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling?
Nope.
You didn't see this?
Sure didn't.
Scott D'Amore restarting Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling.
Oh, that's interesting.
He said, "We're effing back." They started a Twitter page. He's reviving Maple Leaf Wrestling as Maple Leaf Pro MLP, rooted in hashtag Forged in Excellence, even though the logo says Rooted in Excellence. Starting this October, featuring stars like Raj Desi, which is Jinder.
Yes.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, Giselle Shaw, Kushida, Kevin Knight said he's on board.
Okay.
So I don't know if that means anything for their TNA stuff. Probably not, because it's just another indie. But like TNA might have a problem with them working with their fired manager.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin Knight said he's a part of it. Jinder, it's going to be on Triller TV, I guess. Chelsea Green retweeted it. Bozilla, the fucking Bozilla, said the next big thing that Scott D'Amore created. Go follow their social media and keep up with the journey. You don't want to miss this. So Scott D'Amore might be bringing Bozilla to this continent.
This is immediately my favorite promotion
right.
of all time.
Jay Chung welcomed him back. Giselle Shaw, obviously. Will Ospreay retweeted it and was like, "Hey, support Maple Leaf Pro." So
yeah, he had a good relationship with D'Amore, like coming to TNA and stuff. Right? So why not?
Yeah. So so that was just like 12 hours ago or so, as the crow flies, as they say. They're doing a show. They're putting tickets on sale at the end of this month.
I just remembered of Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
The crow flies right.
That's right. So yeah, so they're joined in July.
World.
They've got like 1,300 followers right now.
All alone.
They've got this fancy little. There's their little Maple Leaf Pro logo.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so good for them. Scott.
You say they on TV?
They're going on Triller.
Oh, all right. Well,
yeah. Yeah.
I'll peruse.
Sure. But that's cool. Good for Scott D'Amore. He's got that relationship, and people today talking a lot about like how the success of TNA should be studied, and like how great of a year they had, and they did. They had a very good year compared to previous TNA years.
Yeah.
When they were a literal dead company. Well, not literally dead, but like on absolute life support.
I do know and I know Joe's talked about it almost like ad nauseum.
Mm-hmm.
With like them talking about their attendance and like how papered it is.
Yeah, I mean they just canceled shows in Ohio because the ticket sales weren't great.
They were afraid that Ed was going to be there to ask the real hard
right. That's questions. What it is. They saw that Ed of the stink sheet, old Stinky Ed, as they call him, said that he got a press pass. No, Ed smells wonderful. Got a press pass, and they were like, "Well, we can't possibly face this man."
No.
So, but yeah. So
hey TNA, it's me, Ed. Ed, you're the fucking best. I love you.
Yeah. Do
you have any other news?
I mean, I can Google pro wrestling.
I have one
news.
other thing.
All right, you go ahead.
The reports that the Lucha Bros are WWE bound.
Yes.
Came out the other day that their contracts are both up this year. Mm-hmm. And by this year, I mean very soon.
Yes.
And the talks that they want to go to WWE. Mm-hmm. They don't want to go to NXT.
Sure.
They want to stay together. They don't want to be separated.
Okay.
They want to be a package deal.
Okay. You know where you can do all that?
Where?
In AEW.
What are they doing with them?
Well, what are they doing with anybody?
Yeah, what are they doing?
What are they doing with the tag division at all?
Yeah.
Correct. I get it. And they can get a ton of money, and WWE they'll be able to work a way less impactful style.
Yeah.
And get away with it there. But I don't see it. I don't see them debuting main roster and making that sort of impact. But
I would hate for them to just be like pigeonholed into like the LWO.
It's absolutely what would happen.
Yeah, because you're not beating the bloodline for the tag titles,
right? And that's
I think JD and Finn have it on Raw.
Yeah,
I don't unless you like come in and join up with Damian Priest. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. But it also the thing is they've been in the company for like 5 years, and your contract's up, and this is what wrestling is supposed to be.
Yep,
I'm not outraged by it.
No,
I like them. I'm not accusing you of being outraged. You son of you motherfucker!
The fuck you trying to insinuate?
But like that's you raise your stock in a company, and you go to the other company and get that money or whatever. But admittedly, we talk about it all the time on this show. AEW does shit with their tag division.
We talked about it last night.
Yeah, they do shit with their tag division, and like they're trying to get their trios division going, but also like they want Pac to be a single star. So like nobody fucking knows.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But like I don't know that WWE from my perspective, is necessarily a better shake. It's just a different shake. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's at this point. Like, I mean, you do get more exposure because the television is bigger and all that, and you get all that appeal. But like, how much are they going to use you? The contract structure in WWE, I think, is probably a little less fair to the wrestlers. Because and maybe Tony Khan does this kind of stuff too. We just don't hear about it, but like you hear about the downsides and the merch pulls and all. You get then like you lose all your indie stuff. You can't do anything like all that sort of stuff.
Sure.
There's good and bad for all of it, and there's no right or wrong answer. You go where you want to go and where you can make the most money. But it also is a really good place for a lot of these wrestlers to go and to quote a guy from a Wendy's is learn how to slow down.
Ah, yes.
And for somebody like Ray, like Phoenix, who is looking around AEW and sees them have the relationships with the younger talent from a rival company at one point, he can go to WWE and do a flip, and everybody's like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
And like Penta's gonna look spooky enough, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, who's this guy?"
Who's a spooky guy?
Hopefully they put a video package together for him before they debut, but. Yeah, man, get your money. I ain't gonna argue about any of that kind of shit.
Do you, boo boo?
Because
I'm a do me.
Not that we've seen the Lucha Brothers, I think, give everything they could give in AEW, but we've seen them a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So,
just haven't seen them in a while.
Right, we haven't seen them in a while. They just don't know what the fuck they're doing.
There's the old "How can I miss you if you don't go away?"
Exactly. But whatever. But go make your fucking money. It's what you're supposed to do. So.
I agree. I think that's a perfect segue into like actual wrestling. If you don't have anything else,
the news is like, did you know that Undertaker was on left his shitty podcast to go on someone else's shitty podcast?
Hear all about that on Final Wrestling Place on Monday next week. So all right, wrestling.
Yeah, let's talk about wrestling.
So
baby.
You mentioned
let's talk about you and me.
WWE being like a different shake.
Yeah.
So I watched SummerSlam.
Yes.
Front to back.
Okay. Where my girl's at?
In recent developments, my nephews love wrestling, which that fires me up.
Yep.
So they said, "Hey, we're gonna watch SummerSlam on Saturday. Why don't you come out?"
Yeah.
I said, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah.
So a fun little precursor to this. I'm on my way out. I'm on Lakeside Drive. They live at Harvey's Lake. That's the name of the road that goes around the lake.
Sure.
I may have been a little heavy-footed.
Okay.
May have gotten pulled over.
Oh, yeah?
Right in front of my sister's house.
Oh, bummer.
To where the guy pulls me over. He's like, "You know why I pull you over?" I said, "Yeah." I was like, trying to get to my sister's. "Is there an emergency?" "No, just trying to get to my sister's. That's all." "Where she live?" I go, "Right there."
Yeah.
He goes, "All right, license, registration, all that shit."
Yeah, sure.
So text my brother-in-law. I go, "Hey, I'm pulled over right outside the house."
Yeah.
He's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So they come out on the porch.
Yeah. Guns a-blazing.
My sister's got the biggest shit-eating grin on her face I've ever seen in my life. I'm looking over at her. I can see her like looking at me like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
It's like, "You asshole." So brother-in-law texts me and he says, "We got it taken care of. If he gives you a ticket, plead not guilty. They won't show up."
Oh, yeah.
Said, "Okay." So guy comes back over. He goes, "Just going to give you a warning. Slow down.
Right.
Next day." I go, okay. So I pull in. My brother-in-law sends me a screenshot. He like texted like whoever's on the fucking board out there or whatever. And I was like, "Hey, blah, blah, blah." And he goes, "Okay, I'll get it taken care of." He drove by the house while I was pulled over, beeped, waved at Paul. I looked at the guy. He like pointed at the cop. I just kept driving. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, that was him." He's like, "You're good." Wow. I was like, "Oh, thank fuck."
Connected guy. Should we be talking about this publicly?
Yeah, it's okay.
Right.
I'm totally fine with that.
That's funny.
That was just the start of my fun day.
Nice.
So we get there. We're watching the wrestling. My sister doesn't watch any of it because she doesn't care.
Right.
But she's like, "Oh, hey, I like Jelly Roll."
Okay. Well,
he
was there.
He was there, and he sang 2 songs in the beginning. She's like, "Is this going to be the whole thing? I'll love wrestling." From now on.
Yeah, it's like on Center City Chronicles, the second episode, they were talking about the Oak Ridge Boys performing at Starrcade or whatever.
There you go.
Same thing.
She was also a fan of when MGK came out with The Miz. She's like, "Is this seriously like everybody's involved with wrestling now?" I was like, kind of, yeah.
Sure.
And then also she really liked later in the show when Jelly Roll choke slammed Austin Theory.
Yeah,
and hit him with a chair.
And he did the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah, she's like, I'm out like wrestling now.
Oh, no.
I'm like, this isn't every week.
Yeah, Jelly Roll ain't going to be there every week.
She's like, he should be. And I'm like, why? So he can sing songs about how grateful he is with my life and whatever that guy does. So things like actual takeaways from the show.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give everything because,
That's fine.
The whole Dom turning on Rhea and joining up with Liv, that was pretty crazy.
The thing
knew
that
it was coming.
Yeah.
And Meltzer, I don't know, the next day he goes, it wasn't a good in-ring show.
Yeah.
It was like predictable and very angle heavy. And we'll get to something later, like right after this.
Yeah.
Where, it was.
Yeah.
And that's not always a bad thing.
I saw it online. Somebody said that Dom is like one of the only times anybody can remember where a heel just turned to more heel.
Yeah, right.
And made the other heel's babyface because of it.
Like, Michael Cole on commentary is like, you two-timing son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee called him a piece of shit.
And then he has to go and ruin it and be nice to kids outside the stadium.
No, good for him.
Live the gimmick. Dom, don't you know that a real heel would flip kids off at your meet and greets and write fuck you on action figures and stuff? Yeah. That's what a real heel would do, Dom. Dirty Dom.
God damn it.
Yeah.
So that was like pretty wild when that happened.
Yeah.
Gunther wins the World Heavyweight Championship.
I heard this match was good.
Match was fucking awesome.
When I walked in,
was actually awesome.
When I walked into the comic shop this week, the proprietor of the shop, Comics in the Green, check it out, was like, I heard your favorite wrestler lost his title. And I was like, do you not want me to shop here anymore? Is there a fucking problem?
There's a place in Pittston that's calling my name. So Gunther beats Damian Priest, new World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, good for Gunther.
Gunther's time, man. Yeah. It's way overdue.
Yeah, Damian's time was up. Gunther's time is now.
Yeah, you can't see me. My time is now. Finn Balor turns on Damian Priest.
Yes.
He puts Gunther's leg on the rope, and he gets all pissed off, demon looking. I will say, it was cool when Damian Priest did that visual where he kicks out of Gunther's pin, immediately rolls over and just grabs Finn by the throat.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I was like, okay, that's cool. He's like, I don't give a shit about this match. I'm going to kill you now.
Did you see Finn Balor pole vaulting in the Olympics this week?
Sure did.
Yeah.
What a human being.
Yep. Brought his own pole. Weird.
That's a fucking massive pole. The other thing we'll talk about from this.
Yeah.
We'll talk about more in like a second, but Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa, the World Heavyweight title. I thought it was good, but there was like no fucking heat in the match at all.
Yeah.
Like until all the run-ins started happening towards the end. Obviously, the big one, you get the return of Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I mean, I watched this.
That place went fucking.
I put on SummerSlam. I watched this main event part. Yeah.
Like, did you see when Cody was walking out and Arn stopped him?
I didn't see the beginning. I saw it on online, which is then I was like, oh, I'm gonna put this on.
Yeah.
But so I saw like the match and stuff, but I didn't see the Arn.
So what do you think with the match of like with me saying like there was like no heat to it really? Crowd wasn't really.
Yeah, that's
loving it.
I said to Michelle, I said like this crowd is dead. And I don't know why. I don't watch enough to have the context of that really. I can assume why, and it's because Cody's a dud and Solo's not ready for this level. I like the idea of it. And I know Final Wrestling Place, Marcus and his co-host, they talk a lot about Solo, like winning that belt and whatever, and everybody's giving him a ton of shit for it. And like, it's fine. I understand where that's coming from too. But if Solo was baked enough, and I mean like fully formed enough, they wouldn't have to bring Roman back this quick.
There's another person in that group that should win a goddamn heavyweight title soon.
Tongaloa.
No, not the infamous Tongaloa.
He
fucks up everything. I said, yeah, let's give the guy who could barely walk an eye patch.
So the dude
gonna help him.
The dude misses the crotch shot on the last pay-per-view, and they're like, let's give him an eye patch so his depth perception is worse.
Great.
And then he completely missed the corner.
He has to be in on it. He has to be. There's no fucking way you could be this bad.
Dude.
It's a bit. He's just doing a bit.
I've been clearing shit off my phone because I used up all the space. So and I got loading everything on my computer.
He's doing a bit.
And I'm going through it. I'm like, all right, I got to rid of some of these animations and shit because they take up a lot of space. And I have the GIF of the him.
Oh, that was the 1 year anniversary just happened.
And I'm like, that stays on my phone forever.
Yeah, of course. fucking.
He missed the turnbuckle.
He has to be in.
You know where a turnbuckle. You can find a turnbuckle in a ring with your eyes closed, right? You've
Like,
been in it enough.
He has to.
You got a 1 in 4 shot at least.
There's no other.
Yeah,
The
it's
dude,
insane.
he's
It's
in
absolutely
on it.
insane.
He's fucking
It's absolutely
in
insane.
on it. But
If he's in on it, he's the best wrestler to ever live.
I agree. I hope he like when he retires, he's like, by the way,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, right? It was all a shoot.
Yeah.
HH.
But Roman coming back, dude, fucking was
Yeah.
awesome. It was nuts. He fucking smoked Solo with a Superman punch.
Yeah.
Cody gets the win. Blah blah blah.
So do you think people are done with Cody? Do you think because I don't watch the product, so I can't tell you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can assume.
Yeah.
But do you think people are like, this isn't as exciting as we thought it was going to be? He's not as good of a champion as we thought he was? Could have been?
I won't go that far.
Okay.
I do think it's anything after Roman is going to underwhelm.
That's true.
I don't like you can't live up to it. And the thing is, I don't think he should have a long title reign.
Right.
I
Well,
know
the money's in the heel.
Of course, I've always been on the money's in the chase. That's just
Absolutely.
I subscribe to that
Yes.
logic. in
100%.
wrestling. I don't think people are over him.
Yeah.
He still gets crazy reactions.
Sure.
It hasn't been very like interesting.
I think is it a case of Cody being what we sort of knew that he was? Like, I'm not here saying Cody's bad. I'm not saying he's dog shit or whatever. He's the 3-star general, and he's consistent at that. But how big the Roman stuff was, I think everyone's realizing that he's not big enough to even get. He's not going to match it. But like, you would expect him to at least get to like the summit and be like, oh, I can see the tip, but I'm not making it.
Just the tip.
Yeah, but instead he like halfway up the mountain, he's like, I'm tired, guys. Let me
Let's
just stay here for a bit.
I don't watch enough week to week to
right.
really know. I just kind of cherry pick.
Yeah.
The main thing I did want to talk about with SummerSlam though was WWE as a whole. I'm more receptive to it than you are, I believe.
Sure.
Watching it with a 7-year-old,
Yeah.
an 8-year-old who's going to be 9, and an 11-year-old, and seeing how fucking fired up they got
Right.
for everything.
And that's what it's supposed to be.
Clenching fists, like invested, jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Like when there's a kick out on a falsie, like Lucas falling over, it was just, they were so into it, and it made it so much more enjoyable to me. They didn't love everybody.
Sure.
And it's very interesting. They weren't Cody Rhodes guys.
Okay.
They didn't love him.
All right.
I don't want to like really talk about the shit with Logan Paul.
Yeah, it's
We
know he's a dirtbag.
that's how. Listen, man,
sucks, but kids don't need to know that.
Kids don't need to know that.
Not at those ages.
My nephew's birthday, who just turned 7 on Monday. He bought him an LA Knight action figure, bought him a Logan Paul action figure.
Right.
Those are his guys.
Right.
And hey, I'm not going to fucking solely that for them.
Right.
They'll learn if they want to down the road.
Right. Let the youth have their innocence.
Exactly. I'm not going to take that fucking stance and be like, no, I'm not.
Right.
Stop.
I'm
not doing that.
They'll learn soon enough when they need to. Right now,
let them be kids.
Right.
He was so fired up. He's got both the figures in his hands during the match. He's mad at LA Knight because LA Knight beat Logan Paul. He said, "Yeah, but Logan Paul still has the best drink out there with his Prime or whatever."
Ew.
That's
That's not true.
They're kids.
LA Knight has Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
Well, I have to learn them something.
That's right.
I did text Doug about it. He goes, "Cool. When are you going to show them Necro versus Samoa Joe?"
That's right.
So Doug, you need to be there. For
Yeah,
that.
that's counseling.
Doug's going to sit, walk in, light up a cigarette, and say, "All right, boys, gather around."
So, just really quick, is there any hint that they know that they've been smartened up?
No,
They have no idea.
WWE has no rules.
Oh, okay.
The 11-year-old
That's it. Yeah, that's close.
He puts a side eye to it, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
But the two younger
6 and 7. Yeah, I mean that's
they don't.
right.
Yeah, they're very like there's no rules, and LA Knight should be arrested for
Nice.
fighting
That's
those people
awesome.
in the crowd.
That's
and
awesome.
I
Okay.
can't believe they stole Logan Paul's truck. You know.
Yeah.
So
that's who WWE's built for.
dude, and I know Ed was saying during in the Discord talking about the shows and stuff
Yeah.
like, oh, there's a show written for babies.
Yeah.
And like see, but watching them like just get so invested into something that I have loved since I was their age and even younger, it made it 10 times more enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
Monday night, like they watched Raw.
I watched a big chunk of Raw.
Tuesday they watched some NXT
Ugh.
because little Paul's like, Uncle B, he's like, anytime any wrestling's on, you have to text me and let me know. I said, okay.
Right.
I was trying to explain, like, oh, it's kind of like the minor leagues, and he's like, oh, so it's like the Rail Riders to the Yankees. I said, spot on.
There you go.
I said, man, maybe more like Double A. But you know, just
So what they think of Dynamite? That's the important question.
I did tell them a Dynamite was on last night. Didn't get any feedback about it. But it was just very like, oh,
Yeah.
it clicked.
Yeah,
I got in my car to go home.
Yeah.
And I literally sat there and went, I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it now. I 100% get it.
Good.
Does that mean I'm going to watch everything? No. Am I going to like pay more attention so I can talk about it with them?
Right.
Yeah. You know.
Right. But also WWE is a show for babies, so it doesn't take that much for you to catch up and figure out what's going
And that's the thing. I could just go look. Oh, cool. This.
Right.
Boom.
Right.
Whatever. Great. I'm up
Yeah.
for it. You know, but just like, oh my god, watching them have so much fun. It legit made me like so happy.
So what happens? Let's play a little game here. All right.
When they decide they don't like wrestling,
Pretend I'm your little nephew. Hey, Uncle B, why does Triple H put all the black people with only black people and all the brown people with only brown people and all the white people with only white people?
I'll probably just be like, all right, kid, here's C-SPAN, you're done. I'm like, I don't fucking know this shit. I'm like, hey, what do you guys want to watch New Japan? Because here's a guy named Evil. You're really gonna hate him.
That's really cool though, man. I'm excited.
Dude,
That's awesome.
It made everything so much fucking cooler.
Yep.
You know, I watched. Did I watch? No, I didn't watch all of Raw. I watched the majority of Raw.
I was going to talk about this anyway. I don't have any notes on it because I was just watching it. I just turned it on. The Judgment Day stuff on Raw was really, really good.
It was awesome.
I really liked it.
Like throughout the show, there was nothing great in ring. I didn't think
right.
anything was really good.
Yeah.
I liked the Gunther Orton thing in the beginning.
Yeah.
Orton looking like a fucking ox. That guy is huge.
What I saw online made me laugh was somebody said Raw with Gable's group, who have a name now that I don't remember, but him and the Creed brothers. Against the Wyatt Six, and said it looks like Slipknot's about to fight the Penn State wrestling team. It's hilarious.
I saw that too. That was great.
Which is incredibly true.
Yeah.
But like, and their match was fine. Whatever. You know, Rowan did his tribute to Brody, so that's fine. Whatever. I like Gable and the Creed brothers, but the stuff with Judgment Day with like Damien
was great,
and like he beating everybody up, and then like, but like. The stuff after where Rhea comes out and like they're running away and Liv slips and doesn't quite get away and Rhea grabs her and then Rhea puts her up and Dom runs.
Yeah.
But then the cameras turn so you don't see him come back. So when she puts Liv up for the Razor's Edge, he grabs her feet. I was like, that is perfect wrestling business right
awesome.
there. Like that's how you do that.
Yeah.
So Judgment Day is the group again with Liv in it now and like Carlito is just so weird.
And it's like Rhea and Damien are so over now.
And
not that
Rhea was
wasn't
wildly over anyway. You know, that the reason why they did this is this group was going to get baby-faced, essentially. So it's just I thought that all that stuff was really good.
Yeah.
Like gimmick storytelling business on Raw. I don't watch it that often, but like I'm also not like fuck that company or fuck this company. Like it was good TV. It was good TV.
It was like good wrestling's good wrestling.
Right.
Couple of things from the show I thought were good was Odyssey Jones.
Yeah.
Dude, doing like the double sidewalk slam
that
on
was
Authors of Pain.
When I walked into the comic shop, that was the second thing that was mentioned to me.
Yeah, like he instantly got over.
And I liked the thing backstage with him talking to Kofi. And like I was like, oh man, like I think if this could be the guy that like people wouldn't get too mad if you came out as New Day.
Big E already gave him a stamp of approval online.
So you have Big E as the manager because he can still cut a promo or whatever, have him involved, but not all the time. You have your big meaty guy who's over, who's charismatic, who's a baby face.
Yeah.
But I also like that what's his name? Apollo Crews.
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods. Or that wasn't Apollo Crews. That wasn't his name. But he was what the
Apollo
hell?
Creed.
Oh, Creed was his name.
Consequences
Creed. There you go. That's what confused me.
We're hitting every little detail.
Every little one. But where he was like a little side eye, like he's not sure he wants a replacement. So you run that story out, and then he's not sure. But then Odyssey saves him or does right, and then they. I think that fits. I think that may be the only guy that they can make fresh coat of paint on New Day, essentially.
I agree with that. Yeah, because it's just been Kofi and Xavier now for a while, and they're just there.
And it's a great act, and it could work with Odyssey, I think.
Yeah. What do you think of the Bronson Reed Seth Rollins stuff?
So Bronson's a touchy subject for me, man.
I know he is.
Because like that dude, again, we talk about every time we bring him up, like they beat Okada clean, right? Like. And in Japan, you were like, look at this dude.
That fucking meant something.
And when he's in the, like, wrestling-wise, size-wise, and I understand going back to WWE, it's your dream and all that, and wrestlers are still going to have that. But on commentary in WWE, they're like, oh, Big Bronson Reed, he's the same height as Seth Rollins. Sure. He's just a fat guy. And, like, I like fat wrestlers. Yeah. Fat wrestlers equal strong wrestlers is one of my favorite wrestling tropes.
Damn right.
But it would help if he was 6'4".
That's why I'm mad at Gunther. He should have stayed fat.
He should have stayed fat. He was better fat.
My sweet baby boy.
But whatever. I don't. I've had stuff fall on me or whatever. I've never been splashed like 5 times by a guy that big.
6.
So 6 times. I don't know why Seth Rollins ate peanut butter and jelly sandwich with raspberry jam. Before his match,
he borrowed it from Phil.
Yeah, and so he was then he coughed up his dinner a little bit from it. But whatever, man. I don't like Seth Rollins at all.
No, I thought with Bronson it was good. The crowd got very into it. Which part of me goes, well, they're cheering him over Seth Rollins, but then at the end they're doing Seth's theme song, so I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess time to shit or get off the pot with a guy like this.
Right. I think I'm happy they're doing something with him.
Yeah.
I just don't know. We'll see.
And then it came out today that it was to kind of write Seth off TV because he's hurt.
Again? Or still?
He's never fully healed.
Oh, really?
He's hurt, and then they did another backstage thing where Dakota Kai got beat up by Shayna.
Did she get hurt again?
And they're saying she's banged up again.
She just came back.
Yeah.
I saw it because EO replaced her in the match.
Yeah. So that Dakota, I feel bad for.
But it's got to be.
Rollins is another guy. He's getting older.
Yeah, and what else is there from the doing a business?
Yeah, there's really nothing.
That doesn't mean when you do everything you got to walk away. But like, what else is there to do?
You also got Becky Lynch at home with your daughter.
Did you see her Instagram post?
I think the wording's very tricky.
Yeah, I don't think she's jumping to AEW.
No, I don't.
I think she's
I think she's just taking a break.
She's getting more comfortable with maybe that era of her life, chapter of her life being closed.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think she genuinely is like, well, for her too. What the fuck else is there?
Left.
Right?
Yeah, you did it. You did it all.
She can go to AEW and prove that somebody had to write all her promos for her to be any good. Wait, what? Who said that?
Marcus?
Yeah, but he's here. Oh, that's certainly an upgrade. But that handsome son of a bitch. But yeah, she was like, it was an honor to be the man, and all this, and I was like, that's nice, good for her. She's a mom and all that, and they've made their mony. She'll always have a spot.
You guys are good.
They're good. They're good.
Yeah,
they did it. You won. Congratulations.
Yeah, seriously, what's left?
You've held all the titles you can possibly hold. You've won at least once on WrestleMania, or at least wrestled for them on WrestleMania at least once.
Becky, you main evented, first woman to main event of Mania. That Rollins cashing at Mania, everyone will talk about that for the end of time. There's nothing,
Yeah, so
maybe if you want to do a couple times a year, fine. But hey, but enjoy your life at this point.
You will get Legends contracts and action figure and video game deals until you die.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't like Seth Rollins at all.
That actually leads me to question portions of the week.
Okay.
The first one that we have is from our pal Ed.
Oh. I thought we were going somewhere else. I'm glad we're starting with this one.
이제 이번 주에 에드 코디 질문입니다.
All right.
All right.
What you got, Stink Sheet Ed?
Ed reached out and said, "Hey there, buddies. I have a question for you guys, but this question, unlike most questions, is in 2 parts."
Oh, okay. I'll allow it this week, Ed.
So the
but
first-
only for you.
Yeah, just you, Ed. The first part of Ed's question is, who's an almost universally loathed wrestler that you back completely? Because when I saw Sammy Guevara come back in ROH, I said, hell yeah, because I like Sammy. I think he's really good. Always liked that guy.
Of course you did, Ed.
So who would be a universally loathed wrestler that you back completely?
Universally loathed.
It's
Is there a
hard-
wrestler like
it's
Sammy's
hard-
not? Sammy's not universally loathed. Jericho might be. I don't back Jericho though.
No.
Who do I like that nobody else does? Really, is essentially this question, right? Do you have one? Do you know?
I don't know. I really like. It's a hard question.
Yeah.
You like universally loathed is really like. I mean, everybody hates them.
Yeah. But like, yeah. So it's like who do you like that most people don't like? But I don't really know. I mean, I have such an impeccable taste in
CM
wrestling.
Punk. No. I mean, according to a. Never mind. Really.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I'll admit some things that I was like wrong about, where I backed some people that I probably shouldn't have. Where I was at one point, I mean, on this show, when the show started, I was a bigger Bobby Fish fan than I was Kyle O'Reilly. Was
Okay.
that changed?
Yeah.
You know, but like, I'm not a big Bobby Fish guy at all. But I was like, I just like Bobby Fish and whatever. Adam Cole's too short. That's your words.
Fuck off. If this was a year ago, I'd say Will Ospreay.
Yeah,
I've been on that.
Yeah, you never
train.
really left.
Never
that guy.
wavered.
Yeah,
that guy.
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
If we're going back, I would have said Will.
yeah. Will's a good one.
But right now, I mean, obviously that's changed.
Yeah, it's tough because like there's certainly like unpopular people at the time. Like you and I have both always sort of really liked Lance Archer, and
Yeah.
that the public kind of turned to like him a little bit more recently.
Yeah.
Than ever.
It's up because like I can't.
You're
say,
a big Jimmy Snuka fan.
Fuck off. I can't say. I can't say like I don't know, like a Jay White.
Yeah, no, but
'Cause
people like him.
People like him, and I admittedly at first I didn't. Get
right.
it.
Yeah,
Chuck knew.
Chuck was right.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's tough, Ed. I don't know. Because, like, even say, like, Sammy's not universally disliked. He's just disliked amongst the people you talk to.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, Brett loves CM Punk, so...
Phil. I can go reverse on that. And a guy that people really like that I don't fucking get at all.
Yeah.
Ethan Page.
Yeah, I get
I think
that.
it fucking
Yeah,
sucks.
like,
His match on NXT this week was fucking trash.
Was it? I won't... I don't...
Sucked.
I don't go out of my way.
No.
But
That just situational. That's
Yeah.
all that is. I don't get the guy at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like I can go the opposite way. Like I don't really see a ton of specialness in Speedball, like everybody does. But that's the opposite of Ed's question.
I know it's.
I'm trying to think like who, you know. I'm surprised you have yet to say Ash by Elegance. So thank you for not doing that.
No, the world loves her. She belongs to the world.
Yeah, she belongs somewhere. And that is out of professional wrestling. Man. That's tough,
Also,
dude.
all right, I'll say one.
Okay.
King Mabel.
All right. Yeah.
But it's tough because I know Marcus rides for Mabel
Yeah.
too. But I love Mabel.
Okay.
I don't know. I fucking
right.
love King Mabel.
Okay.
You got shit on it for all the time.
Yeah. Why
Fuck
not?
you, it's King Mabel.
Yeah,
All right,
go.
there we are. Specifically King Mabel.
Okay, I don't
I
have
meant on a measure King Mabel.
King Mabel. I don't have a problem with Big Daddy V either. I happen to
All
like
right.
most of
Okay.
Nelson Fraser's career.
All right, good.
Really? Who? All right. No, I got one. That's an underrated guy that people don't talk about anymore, but got a bad rap, particularly in America. Bart Gunn, Mike Barton.
Okay, all right.
I don't ride for Mike Barton necessarily, but like Mike Barton in Japan post Tough Enough or the Brawl for All really did good work over there. And everybody was like, no, that's just this chump that knocked out Dr. Death. And Mike Bart Gunn.
Yeah.
He made a pretty decent career for himself
I'd
over
say
there.
so.
I also I can't.
Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
I want to be like, Bug Zoom off is innocent.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Please don't ever clip that. Don't clip that. I'm going to remove that from this show.
What are you going to say next? Free my boy Hard Body
That's
Harrison?
right. He did nothing. Prove it.
Jesus.
Prove it.
Christ. The proof is in the pudding / doll. Oh, no. All right. Well, moving on.
Yep.
Second part of Ed's question, which I wanted to address here because of this WWE talk right now.
Okay.
Phil did a WWE. That was a spit take. Phil did a WWE Yell promos instead of doing storytelling with wrestling match. He did a Roman versus whatever fucking Uso that was. It's awful. It's the worst form of wrestling to ever exist.
Yeah.
It broke my heart. He yelled at Seth over a bracelet.
Yeah, so-
he yelled at Drew over a bracelet.
Yeah.
He did this instead of wrestling. Drew cut an entire promo about wanting to hit Phil with a chair. It's the worst shit I've ever seen. So basically my question is, what's the saddest you've ever been watching wrestling that doesn't involve someone dying or retiring of injury or whatnot? Because watching Phil do this style of match was just the lowest I've ever felt watching wrestling in my entire life.
So really quick, my answer because we've talked about it before, and you're going to prompt me to say it. So an Ultimo Dragon slipped on fucking WWE TV. It's the saddest I've ever been in professional wrestling, and then he slipped a second time.
So DJ, let me ask you a real
Yeah.
quick breakdown of this. So it's
Yeah, all right.
WrestleMania 20.
It is.
Cruiserweight Battle Royal.
Sure is.
Ultimo Dragon making his debut.
Right, shiny outfit and brand new gear.
Comes out, looks like $1 million.
$1 million.
Has a little accident on the ramp.
Sure.
Slips a little
It
bit.
slips on some
What
water.
What were your thoughts when that happened?
I was upset because that's my guy, but it's completely recoverable.
Okay.
People slip all the time. It's not his fault. He's going to get in the ring. He's going to look great because that's what he does. He's Ultimo Dragon.
gonna
He looks
overcome.
great. He'll overcome. It's a minor inconvenience on his trip to legendary status in the WWE.
So DJ,
Yes.
he gets in the ring and he goes to get up on the second rope and he slips again.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind?
It's over. That was the end. History has proven me right. That was it. That was the end. That was all there was. That's it. Done. What was this? You said WrestleMania 20?
WrestleMania 20.
So it was 20 years ago? Yeah. So I was just about to turn 20. So I was an adult. Yeah, heartbroken. That's all. Just completely and
second
utterly
slip.
devastated. Just devastated by that second slip.
Fucking second slip.
We got him in a couple video games, which made me real happy.
Sure did.
But yeah, just completely crushed me. Yeah,
Second slip.
absolutely
That's
crushed
it.
me.
It's done.
That's
It's
it.
over.
It's done. It's over. That's it. Crushed me. Absolutely crushed me. So what's your saddest?
That's my fucking favorite
Yeah.
thing ever. My saddest. I never really got like sad over
Yeah.
wrestling. Like other than the shit he says with like people dying and
Yeah.
shit like that. I don't know. I got real pissed off. I got pissed off that summer, or not the SummerSlam, the Night of Champions after Punk came back after winning the belt, dropping the belt at SummerSlam when he was red hot,
Yeah.
and then having to job out to Triple H at Night of Champions. I remember going,
Yeah.
this doesn't feel right.
Right.
You took the guy who was like the fucking like red hot and you just cooled him off.
Right.
I didn't like that at all.
Okay.
And I'm not just saying that because like the question involves Punk. I just was trying to remember
So-
like a time, and that would probably be it.
So we didn't talk about this when we talked about SummerSlam, and you probably avoided it on purpose. But I didn't see this match. And I saw everybody talk about this match. And so, but I want your opinion on it.
Sure.
Because, again, I didn't watch, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, people literally, like, he literally lost the match over a bracelet the fan gave to him. Is that how this happened?
I don't know if a fan gave it to him. I don't know if it's...
I saw a thing, somebody tweeted, like, should the fan who gave him the bracelet get royalties because it's a part of the storyline? So it was like a fan event that she made a friendship bracelet for him. Some nice young lady gave him this
I
nice
think
gift.
the story was dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
And if that's your driving factor, I think you're missing the point.
Okay.
Didn't need that. Didn't need it at all.
But they had a full match before that. It was just like that was used as the finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Drew like took it out of his tights or whatever. Drew had it on his wrist. Punk had him in the Anaconda Vice. He saw it on Drew's wrist and he got like obsessed with it or whatever. It was and he took it off Drew's wrist, but then he got hit or whatever through the ground.
Sure.
So Rollins picked it up and put it on his wrist just to like get it off the mat or whatever. Well, Punk saw Rollins with it on his wrist.
Yeah.
And he thought, oh, well, you're just fucking with me. Because, of course, CM Punk just thinks everybody's fucking with him. Because him and Rollins have beef in the storyline.
Right, but that's the exact story of Brawl Out, but the bracelet is Larry. It is. And listen, I don't know this part of it.
Yeah, but there wasn't a man named after a dog that did anybody here.
No, but listen, they're fighting, right? The bracelet, there's a big scuffle. The bracelet gets lost. A seemingly neutral third party picks up the bracelet.
So
that's
Seth
Larry,
Rollins is Kenny Omega.
Right? And then they don't have Ace Steel to bite him, but he sees.
I wish they did.
But he sees Omega, or he sees Rollins with the bracelet,
he goes
thinking he's
ballistic,
trying to fuck with him. And just like how Ace and Punk thought Kenny was trying to take the dog, and then it makes it worse. I guarantee you they use that as that they were trying to make a comment.
You
on
lay it out like that, it makes
Right?
a lot of sense. They were trying to say like Seth was trying to get revenge on Punk for costing him the belt because when he jumped McIntyre,
Yeah, all right.
so Punk like he picks up Rollins and he hits him to go to sleep, and
Yeah.
he says like, "Not everything's about me, but it's never about you."
Okay.
And then Drew
He
blows
says, I
him.
work with fucking idiots who couldn't manage a target.
Yes. Drew hits him. Whatever. 1, 2, 3. Rollins is pissed off that he had to count for Drew because he hates Drew too.
Okay.
So the match itself, I don't think it's as bad as people are trying to say.
Sure.
The bracelet stuff is fucking stupid.
So-
I think it's like it's dumb.
And Punk loses.
Punk loses. Whoever's doing that,
Yeah.
and if Punk's doing it, like his own inputs throughout, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb as fuck.
So the weirdest thing for me, and again, like I said, I didn't watch this. I only saw the very last stuff on SummerSlam. But like, Drew has been running Punk through the mud very successfully, I feel. Like, in a wrestling way. You know, he gets the extra press with the Jungle Boy thing, and like, but it gets everybody talking, and of course it's been cleared. Like, we've talked about all that, right?
Yeah.
But like, Drew's been a really, I think, successful and effective bad guy to Punk.
Absolutely, he has.
So when people were talking about it, and I wasn't watching, but they were like, Punk lost. I'm like, Punk lost?
Yeah.
Like, he's been hurt for 6 months, 8 months, whatever it is, and that entire time, like, you've had Drew running him down on every TV show, on social media, you know, and like, it would be like having, you know, and again, I'm not comparing these talents here, but like, it's like Ric Flair getting mad at Terry Funk in '89 for running him through when he's actually hurt and out, because Flair was actually hurt too, and then Flair coming back and losing.
Yeah,
like
100%.
I was like, what a weird decision.
Yeah, I mean, the story's definitely not over yet.
Right.
I think they had a little interaction on Raw. I didn't see it.
Well, and these two guys are good enough that you can get. There's not, you know, you don't have everything out of this angle yet.
From what I've read, they're going to probably have the blow off in Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
Which, makes sense.
It makes sense, but like, and I'm not trying to rib you here. Don't think I am, but like, a Punk inside a steel cage with the guy the size of Drew. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, it didn't seem like they were holding anything back on Sunday.
That's good.
You know,
Yeah.
Punk he looked in good shape.
Yeah, good.
He's been chicken and rice in a little bit.
Sure.
Go for it.
Why not?
But yeah,
It's basically not a drug now. Who
It's
cares?
fucking illegal.
My dog's on steroids.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
Next logical step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like I didn't think it was as bad, like the actual match itself.
Yeah.
But the stuff in the match surrounding the bracelet is stupid.
And then it overshadows the match. Because I didn't see anybody talking about the match.
Yeah,
just like,
talk about that
this is over like a... I was like, is it like a Taylor Swift friendship bracelet? I'm so confused.
It's kind of like what it is.
Yeah,
it just has like...
very weird.
His wife's name and his dog's name on it.
Weird.
I don't know. That like it's just...
So Seth Rollins did put Larry on his fucking arm. Yeah, this was to make fun of the Young Bucks.
It definitely makes sense.
All right, I'm out of here. You're welcome, everybody. The best thing I'm going to contribute this week.
Well, before you're out of here,
all right,
we have another question, if you'll allow it.
Okay, from who?
From Tim.
Oh,
Tim Taylor.
Tim, like from television.
Yeah, not the Tool Man.
I don't know a guy named. Oh, Tim, the guy who was supposed to do a question last week. Oh, okay. That guy.
And now the Tim Taylor question of the week.
All right, what's Tim got?
So Tim says, "Hey boys, sorry I missed last week.
Uh-huh.
If you don't mind, I have a question this week and a make good from last week. Not a 2-part question, just 2 questions if that's okay."
Why do you think it was okay? I don't understand.
Well, Tim's running the show.
Have we ever allowed 2-part questions on this fucking show?
But it's not a 2-parter.
It's just 2 questions.
He has 2 questions.
All right, well.
What decide this time?
Let's start this time.
Number 1, there's been some discussion in the Discord stemming from a conversation had on Final Wrestling Place this week. In your opinion, when wrestling is predictable, does that point towards rewarding the fan base for following along your stories so well that they can tell where it ends? Or is it a case of the story taking the path of least resistance and subsequently not embracing creativity? So you and I have said it.
I didn't listen to Final Wrestling Place this week. Listen, I'm not.
Tim, there's your chance.
I'm not.
There's your chance.
I'm not taking a shot. I had work this week was
stuff.
It was conversational. So like when Michelle and I are working on a project together, I can't just like tune out into a podcast. So I did not listen to Final Wrestling Place this week, but I did mean to. But it's probably not going to happen. Maybe this weekend. Who knows? Love you, Marcus. Anyway,
Jesus.
So I didn't see this conversation. I had not partooken in this conversation. But it is one we've had with people and maybe even on the show.
And a lot of it does stem from Meltzer saying on his show, like, this wasn't a great wrestling show. It was an angle-heavy show, and it's very predictable.
I'm excited to talk about something Meltzer said later on, too.
He says, like, it's very predictable, but that's not a bad thing.
No,
He's like, that means you're doing it right.
Yeah. We've said, we have the conversation with Joe. All of us fantasy book everything when we're together. We talk about it all the time. I don't think it's a bad thing. Wrestling's easy. We always say wrestling's easy when you let it, right? Overcomplicating wrestling is difficult because there is a broad base you have to connect to. Like you were just saying before, like if WWE doesn't make storylines in some way that are accessible for 6-year-olds, then they're not going to have their fan base, right? Yeah. And it doesn't mean you have to dumb your product down. I'll always sort of draw lines back to like the Muppets or the sort of the what were quote unquote children's movies when I was a kid, when you were a kid, where they would write things that were for the kids. Simpsons used to do this really well.
Sure.
Part of the stuff would be written for the kids, and then the stuff that would knowingly go over the kids' heads went over the kids' heads, and it was for the adults or the parents watching or whatever, right?
Yep.
So, you know,
SpongeBob was a lot like
right.
that
SpongeBob
too.
would do that, and they would fit sad things in, and like, you know, funny things and vulgar things and all that sort of stuff. And it was just a smarter way to write and layer and all that, which a lot of people don't do now. WWE probably does it pretty well because they have 6-year-old fans to 60-year-old fans.
Yeah.
But that being said, and nothing's black and white. It's shades of fucking gray.
Let's go.
But like, because you don't want to do that all the time, right?
You don't.
And I think there's a difference between predictability and boring.
I agree.
Right? If there is to quote a very wise man, logical next step, there's nothing wrong with that.
Case in point, perfect.
Yeah.
The Judgment Day stuff.
Right.
You knew it was coming. Like, you knew Dom was going to turn and go to Liv.
Right.
You knew Balor was going to turn on Priest.
Right.
You knew it was coming. I wouldn't have even had to watch the show.
Right.
And so if somebody said, Yeah, just did you hear this happen? I'd say, yeah, I kind of figured it would.
Right.
You know?
And I don't think anybody thought that it was going to mean the Judgment Day just swaps members. Like, that's a nice little twist on the end of it, but it is a logical storytelling thing. I can draw it back to comics because we're both comic book dudes.
That's right.
There's a comic book story years and years ago in DC where they had the villain, and it was this surprise villain. And they were like, who's it going to be? Blah, blah, blah. All the magazines were like, who is it? Who could it be? All this. The clues are there. Can you figure it out? And blah, blah, blah. And the fans figured it out. And publicly were like, it's this. We know it's this. Like, it's this character. This is what it's going to be. But it was before it was ever published. So DC swapped the ending and kept everything the same. But when the reveal happened, it was a different character, and it sucked. Okay. And everybody's like, it doesn't make any sense. But DC was just like, well, we didn't want you to figure it out. Like, you just didn't figure it out. It's like, no, you fucking swapped them.
Being too smart for your own
because
good.
you didn't want it spoiled. It got spoiled.
Trying to outthink the room.
Right. And that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
So, like, that is way worse than just telling what would be a more predictable story.
I agree. I think, I do think it's okay for things to play out, and if it's the best outcome, go for it.
Right.
100%.
Swerves are a thing.
So what if it's... Yeah, you could swerve people like, I look at the Mariah May thing. Mm-hmm. You knew it was going to happen, but you didn't know how it was going to happen.
And that's the easy way to do it. The timing is harder, right?
Yeah.
Can't pull the trigger too early. More on that later. But, like, you got to be smart about it. But, like, stories people talk about storytelling all the time. Like, there's only like 5 stories that are ever actually told.
Sure.
There's only guy loves girl, guy loses girl. Like, there's only so many things that you break everything down as it's the same story. And wrestling's been telling the same stories for 100 years. Yep. It's just the pieces that make them a little more interesting. And then when you pull the trigger on things or when you swerve, and if you swerve too much,
I swerve when I drive.
Right. But if you swerve too much, that can ruin the story. If you try and out-swerve a swerve and, you work yourself into a shoot.
HH, brother.
But I like simple, straightforward storytelling.
I do too.
It feels rewarding. It's not that you can't throw a wrench into things or do something unexpected, but for the most part, you also can't swerve every fucking storyline on your show either.
No, you can't.
It's hard. Creative writing in that way is hard no matter the medium. But no, I don't think straightforward, predictable storytelling sacrifices creativity in any capacity.
I don't either.
I think the good ones know how to tell the story. And A to B, A to B might be the start and the finish, but the entertaining is in the path.
I agree 100%. Yeah. I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
Yeah.
Jamming it all into one show, like WWE seems to like to do. Like they only like to do the bigger happenings on big shows. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see where that can get a little repetitive and get a little okay. I think that they need to treat some of these smaller pay-per-views as a bigger deal to build them up. Yeah. Case in point, Braun Breaker should have beat Sammy at SummerSlam or at Money in the Bank for the Intercontinental title. He just beat him at SummerSlam in less than 10 minutes.
Right.
There's no need for that. It didn't add to his title win at all. Could have beat him at Money in the Bank, and then beat him in the rematch at SummerSlam and let him move on to something else.
Right.
But yeah, I do agree. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah. For the DC comic, because I mentioned it was Armageddon. Armageddon 2001, and it was like Captain Atom and Hank Hall. It was like the villain was like extant, and it was figured out. I'm trying to look it up here if we had it all, but it was like this is who it was going to be, and it got figured out, so they switched it, and it just caused a fucking disaster.
So Tim's second question.
2 fucking questions. Unbelievable.
Deadpool and Wolverine was and still is in the forefront of the masses' mind.
Okay.
To turn to wrestling, who are some of your favorite odd couple pairings in wrestling history? And as a 2-parter, if you're okay with me asking...
What the fuck?
One after saying I wasn't asking a 2-parter, who in wrestling now would you love to see put together as an on-screen pairing as allies? Love you, boys. I'm sorry that I've upset you, boys. Shout out to Dwicky for the sweet play in music.
Tim... First question.
I know my answer.
Where do you get off?
Second question. How dare you?
How dare you?
So the answer to the first part of that, Dude Love and Stone Cold.
That's a great one.
It's the fucking best one.
Yeah.
Best odd couple pairing.
Yeah.
Mankind and Rock. It's up there too.
X-Pac and Kane.
Yeah, well, that's
And Kane and Daniel Bryan. Team Hell No.
X-Pac and Kane is Big Cat's favorite tag team.
Oh,
of all
yeah,
time.
that's hilarious.
He's like, it was the best. It was the fucking coolest. He goes, yeah, this guy's setting people on fire with this other little guy's running around telling you to suck his dick. He's like, that was the best tag team ever.
It may be my favorite thing Kane ever did was him and X-Pac together.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it came with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
That
Daniel
was a
Bryan
fun
was a good one too, yeah.
Stone Cold Dude Love for
Yeah,
me.
it's great.
Again,
It's a
Rock
great
and
one.
Sock is great.
Yeah, Rock and Sock's great.
Who would I like to see at this point? I kind of love. I want Tomohiro Ishii and Jay Briscoe or Mark Briscoe's son Jade to just be on screen all the time together.
I like it.
I would love. I'd love like Stokely Hathaway with like a guy like Ishii. I just would be funny.
Yeah.
WWE, it'd be funny. I don't know. I don't know. They're not fun. Nah, that's somebody like that.
It's tougher now because characters aren't as strong in wrestling. So it's like, well, I want clean shaven tough guy to be with messy tough guy.
Yeah.
But like, if you were to bring somebody in like who's like a good like smaller but like clean cut like
Rey Mysterio.
Nah, not Mysterio. Okay, here we go. Mustafa Ali because he left TNA and whatever in this like gimmick now where he's like a politician and he wears the suits and he's proper and clean cut. And his bodyguard is Brody King.
Okay. That'd be fun.
Where like he's like this clean cut dude and then he sends an absolute animal at you. And like Brody doesn't change anything about his appearance. I don't want Brody looking like a Secret Service agent. I don't want him in a suit.
Same, yeah.
I just want this like president looking, like politician looking guy to just have a dude in a ski mask and a chain around his neck behind him like, I'm going to kill you.
Orange Cassidy and Brody King.
Right, something like that too would be really good. Right.
That'd be fun.
Right, OC and Ishii is one that we get a lot, and that's a lot of fun because the seriousness and they're already in chaos together or whatever.
That's right.
But yeah, like something like that. Yeah, I also wouldn't mind like Evil. This would be a 6-man tag because it's a group of 3. Evil, Cement Shoes in the Nearest River.
God damn it! God,
Just want to see what they can come up with together.
So fucking bad. God, fucking gate him. All right, I'm gonna save it. AEW will go to. Do you have anything from Rampage?
No, I didn't watch it.
All I watched was Yuta versus the Butcher.
Okay.
It was certainly a match.
All right.
Collision.
Yes.
Patriarchy comes out.
Brother.
Yeah. I love that Christian
what a
Cage
dickhead.
gave the third belt to Mama Wayne.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
She birthed a prodigy. What did you ever do?
So fucking funny.
Yeah, hilarious.
It was just like the 1-year anniversary too of the clip of his daughter backstage. He has the TNT belt. And
Did
she's
you win
like,
this belt?
Can I have your belt? He goes, can you have my belt? Did you win this belt?
You win this belt?
Security, get her out of here. She doesn't have credentials.
That's hilarious.
That's one of my.
He's been fucking killing it, man.
He's the man.
Yeah.
They get confronted by Brody
Mm-hmm.
and Malachi Black. Christian's running them down, saying, "How stupid are you two? There's only 2 of you, and there's 3 of us, and you guys are real dumb. What are you gonna do?" And Malachi just says, "This, let's go out, let's go back on. Buddy Matthews is back."
Yeah.
They run off the Patriarchy, but they catch Nick Wayne.
I'm so confused by my notes here because I have House of Black interrupts the Luchador from being mad at Christian. I'm like,
Luchador.
Luchasaurus.
I know.
Because he was because they're teasing him turning on Christian finally, whatever. But yeah.
They run off. Bull Club Gold comes out and they
Yeah.
chase them back into the ring, where then Nick Wayne gets murdered by the House of Black.
Dude, Juice Robinson's legs were so oiled up.
They were so shiny, dude.
It is insane.
I love that.
He
man
is
so much.
a god.
And then they say it's next week or this upcoming Saturday. It's going to be Bull Club Gold versus House of Black
For number one
No more
contender.
contenders for the trios.
I like this bit. I like the setup. I think they spent good time on it. Of course, Christian is, there's a lot of really good people here. Christian and Juice Robinson potentially having a program against each other was going to be insane.
That could be dangerous.
But like Collision needs a hook. not Hook, but a Hook, to do something. They got it. Like, Collision needs to be special in some way, and it's just not right now. And like on Dynamite this week, they did talk about Collision a little bit more, but like, give Collision an identity of it being the trio show. Give it a belt that's its main belt. Make this the trio show, and keep them there, and get people who want to see these guys, because House of Black's a good act, Christian's a good act, Juice and the Bang Bang guys are a good act. Get them on there and get people to watch the show that way. Hopefully, find an identity for this fucking show. And I don't, even though the tag titles aren't being fucking used anywhere, they don't have a tag team division. But like, don't cross them over as much. Talk about them, but like, save the trio stuff that involve the belts for Collision, trying to give Collision some sort of identity. And right here with these 3 teams, you have programs working.
Absolutely.
You have tons where you can go, though. You get the number 1 contender. That's the program. That program's over. The other team can step in. In the middle of that, you can use the fucking flight attendant with Tom Fuller. Jesus fucking Christ. I have a brain aneurysm. I mean, I'm not upset about seeing Layla Gray on TV, but I was like a literal flight attendant because their name is Top Flight.
Yep.
Get it?
Yep. Get it, dude?
You get it? But like, let's spin these things out a little bit. You can figure this out for Collision, but anyway.
Afterwards, they showed a little clip where Sammy Guevara saved Dustin on Ring of Honor. And then there's a little backstage thing with Dustin
Sammy,
and the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
Sammy comes up, he's like, us 4 Texas legends.
Yeah.
It's like, who's we? Who's we?
You got a mouse in your pocket? I did see a report, and who knows what's true and what's not, that they did sort of pitch Sammy like to come back to regular TV, but it was going to be with Jericho again. And he was like, no, I'm good.
If that's true, good on him.
Right, absolutely.
He knows it's a fucking death sentence. Yeah.
I'd rather get the ring rust off, working with Dustin in Ring of
why
Honor.
not?
Dustin's been very adamant. People are like, "Oh, he's done." He's like, "I ain't fucking done."
Yeah.
So
do that.
Get him with Sammy. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Next thing I had was Tony Storm attacking Mariah May on commentary.
Can I speak now? Can I speak now, bitch?
That was great.
Putting Tony and like Nigel fucking
Nigel's
loving
jumping
it.
up and down, just clapping.
Yeah, it's great little like callback.
Yeah.
I like it. Mariah's doing her job really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Tony going after her.
Dives off the stage was fucking crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Triple threat number 1 contenders match for the Continental title.
Okay.
Do you have that?
Yes, that's yeah.
Claudio versus Lee Moriarty versus Tomohiro Ishii. I need more Claudio versus Ishii in my life, please. Their sequences were fucking great.
They're great.
Claudio wins. I thought Lee Moriarty held his own in this match.
Yeah, Moriarty looked good.
It seems like they're trying to elevate him a little bit. I get it. He fucking needs the pin, but he showed he could hang with these guys.
And so we're getting Claudio Okada out of it.
Yeah, but is it going to happen at Wembley or is it going to happen at All Out?
I think it's next week on TV.
They're just doing a face-to-face.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take Okada versus Claudio at Wembley.
I would too. That match was fucking really
Do you
good.
think we'll ever get, and it's right here in Tony's fucking pocket, Okada Ishii in AEW while Ishii's here this summer?
There remembers chaos.
I would have to, right? Like that's, I would do it.
You would think,
right?
Why
like
not?
it's guaranteed money for me. Like, let the old dogs have a little bit of fun,
let
a little bit,
bark a little bit.
Let them have a little bit of fun.
I agree.
That'd be really cool. So we did get Fletcher Cage before that, and I think Brian Cage stinks. And I go back and forth, but he did his power slam thing, which I reacted very poorly to. Like, I was like, "Holy shit, that looked so bad." And then I saw a clip of him doing it like a couple weeks ago, and he pulled
did it
off.
when we were in person.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what it was. When I was going through my phone, I have the video of it on my phone, and I remember I was like, "That looks really cool." I was like, "Never do that again." Yeah. You can't do that to somebody like Fletcher. Don't do it again.
Sure.
Oh, it was terrible. But I like that Callis called Brian Cage a $1 million athlete with a 5-cent brain.
That's
I just wanted to bring that up. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But then we get an eliminator match where they talk about, like, I just don't, with Leeds at Dynamite with Fletcher and MJF. The eliminator match is Jesus fucking Christ.
Yep.
This is where we get the flight attendant and MXM. Yeah, all right. Where are we at? I skipped Rosataya because
I skipped that.
I
Fucking
listen.
couldn't pay me money.
Yeah,
Last thing I have was the main event.
Darby,
FTR, and Mark Briscoe
Mm-hmm.
against the Undisputed Kingdom, United Kingdom, whatever the fuck they are,
and Beast
the
Mortos.
motherfucking Beast Mortos.
Yeah,
I thought this was a fun main event. I didn't think it was like great. It was just a fun little like good guys versus bad guys, I guess.
We talk about these. I want them to do more of these. I'm glad they are. They're just not weaving storyline into them yet. At least not in this case. And I think that you can tell stories in here. Like, wrestling, WWE used to tell storyline stuff in Royal Rumbles. They still do to a point.
Yeah.
But, like, watch, like, the 92 Rumble and see how many fucking storylines are made and resolved and midway in that fucking match.
Sure.
And watch what New Japan does them leading into the G1. Right now, watching the first half of these G1 cards, which I'm not doing.
Nope.
But, like, if you need to know how to weave in storylines into multi-man tag matches, they're there.
They do it to perfection.
Right, they're there. That's how you do that shit. And they didn't do that in this one. But what they did do is the finish of this match is everybody kicks the shit out of Matt Taven, and I'm not going to complain.
+3.
Yeah, that's a new addition to the dude scale.
Hit multiple finishes on Matt Taven.
Literally every opponent hits their finish on Matt Taven
Sure
before
did.
Matt Taven loses. +3 stars.
All right. I like that.
Just what it is. It's called the Taven rule.
I'll tell you what, though. I like the Acclaimed promo at the end.
I rolled my eyes at FTR. I was like, oh my God, we're showing another raw AEW promo out of these guys. I was like, cool, guys.
I love professional wrestling. I love my kid, my wife.
Like, is there literally no one else?
All right, Dax. I love Dax, but come on, brother.
And then it cut. They got interrupted. I was like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm all right with this.
I like this promo, though. Acclaim's getting feisty. And
I wish there was other tag teams.
I do, too.
And they're out of necessity because there's no other tag teams. They're going to flip the Acclaimed heel. And I'm going to assume that after that, the heel turn runs its course and then they break up. I think that's probably where they're going to go.
Yeah. I liked that... Briscoe tried to unite everybody, and like we're AEW, we're the lifeblood of this of this shit. Like shake
this
hands,
bullshit. You can say that.
Like shake hands, and Daddy Ass goes, "Ain't shaking hands,
Right?
Let's go. We're out of here." I like that. At least you're doing something.
Something, yeah. Right.
Which leads us to Dynamite. First match: MJF versus Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Not in the beginning, it wasn't.
No, but
Max looked like dog shit the first 5 minutes of this.
That crowd really picked it up when Fletcher did that running dive into the crowd, and then he went up into the crowd, did like the Raven pose. Crowd was super into it.
I saw a lot of people on the social media be like, star-making performance for Fletcher, future talent, and it's absolutely true. That dude fucking rules, right? But you clearly ain't been listening to this fucking show.
Nope.
Because Kyle Fletcher's star-making thing was like 2 years ago, and I was like, who are these fucking dudes?
When he had to take over in the New Japan Cup when when Ospreay got hurt?
Right.
And he went on a fucking run.
Yeah. Fletcher rules. Everybody watch him. I'm not gatekeeping shit, man. I'm glad
that was our
I'm glad he's
fucking
catching
DC
on.
Philly New Japan trip last year was based around Aussie Open.
Yeah.
Just dominating.
It was when he hit his nuts, remember? He hit his nuts on the thing and then teased it the next night. Yeah. That dude fucking rules.
He gets it.
He's young as shit. He understands it. He's got the look. He's got the size. Watch out for that dude. Like that's one of the guys that I'm Tony Khan. I'm locking him. I ain't giving WWE a chance at that dude. No way. And then if Davis gets Davis gets better, there's your fucking tag champs. Like
I agree.
Everything right there.
Strap him up, have him kill everybody.
But MJF took a bit to get going in this match, and that's fine. Everyone should thank MJF because his flight was delayed, but he knew how important it was. So he had to drive 10.5 hours to the arena. Sure. So everyone just thank him for, I don't know, doing his fucking job. Like he's the only wrestler to not fucking drive to a wrestling show.
The other thing, match-wise, about this I had, I hate the Don Callis screwdriver spot at this point.
Yeah, it's pointless.
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Especially when it's on MJF. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Stab him.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Like, it's just, no, I'm going to be noble, and it just never works out.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I like the image with, which is the same thing Max did to Danny Garcia, And then the next week, Tony and Mariah fucking blew it out of the water, but holding him with bloody face up, like with the camera. Like,
I did like that. And then Ospreay coming out, making sure he got Fletcher's blood on his own shirt. The little things, man.
Right, little things matter. The weirdest thing about this is that Max lays out the referee in this match blatantly and
it was after the match.
Yeah, blatantly for no reason. I'm like, we're not. Tony Khan's not gonna be mad about this. We're not bringing this up storyline.
We're not gonna fine you $5,000.
Right. Like he could just literally just lay out a referee post match and it doesn't matter. Man. Weird inconsistencies there, which could honestly, and I love watching AEW and I enjoy the company, but like weird inconsistencies is its tagline at this point.
I agree. So, Mariah May beat up Viva Van
over a commercial break for whatever reason.
Shocked.
I like Viva Van. When Mariah came out and I was like, oh, Viva Van got the jobber entrance. Michelle was like, well, what does that mean? And I was like, well, she's not a featured talent, so she's going to already be in the ring. And then Michelle was like, why is that a big deal? And then Viva Van came on the screen. She was like, oh. I was like, yeah, that's why it's a big deal.
Thank you, Michelle. It was what it was. It's a glorified squash.
Yeah, it's an extended
squash. It just leads
squisher.
to the Tony Storm jumping Mariah again and the big pull apart with them.
Yeah. So the thing about this is something I wanted to bring up. And I'm not, I don't dislike it. That's not the impression I'm trying to get. But Wembley's 18 days away as of Wednesday, 17 days away, 18, 16, whatever it is. 2 weeks away, essentially. 2.5 weeks. Is this just what we're going to do?
This appears to be.
It looks to me like it's hard because it was the right time to pull the trigger, right?
Yep.
You surprised everybody. We just talked about it. You were talking about it when we answered the one question from, what's his name? Tom. About like direct storytelling and all that. So like we knew the turn was happening. We didn't know when, and everybody got shocked by that, and it was fucking a wonderful piece of business. But since that happened, the only thing they're doing to advance that is Tony's disguised somewhere and she jumps Mariah. And I'm like, that works if the pay-per-view's this weekend or a week away or 2 weeks away.
I think they could have held off bringing Tony back. I agree with you.
But you should have had, if this is all you have, then do this the 2 weeks leading right into the pay-per-view and give us an extra 2 weeks of Mariah being shitty on TV. I took out Tony Storm.
Taunting her,
Tony's not here. Oh, you all love Tony? Well, she's not going to be here because I fucking killed her.
Yep.
Like, look at this bloody shoe. She's not coming back.
Yeah, and you're lucky if she even shows up.
Right, right. And I'm going to go to Wembley. I'm going to stand in that ring, and I'm going to get my hand raised.
Yep.
When she doesn't even show face, blah, blah, blah. And instead, we've gotten 2 weeks of pull-aparts that are almost exactly the same. And they're fun, and they're doing a good job at them. But I'm like, I don't know that another 2 weeks of this helps.
I agree with you 100%.
You can't have them touching a match. Right, you can't do that right now.
No.
So what do you do?
Should have just had like the go home. Tony jumps Mariah, screams into the microphone, whatever.
Right. Right. If this was the go home show, if last week happened and then this week was the go home show before the pay per view, and she's like, "On the microphone, I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Yeah.
Then everybody's ready. But we're gonna hear it 2 more times before the pay per view. I just don't think that's as exciting.
I agree with you, man. I 100% agree.
I don't know how to fix it other than what we just said, leaving Tony off TV for another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it extends it out.
Everybody
Everybody gets to see how good Mariah is in the ring then against the real opponents. Yeah. And
just have her shit talk the whole time.
Right. And then with that extra 2 weeks, we do start to question, will Tony come back? Or when will Tony come back? Are we not going to see her till Wembley? And then the shock of her being the camera person hits a little harder.
Yeah.
Because it hit good last week the first time.
But
this time I was like, okay, it's here again.
I agree with you, man. I really do. 100% agreed.
I just wish they had thought that out a little better. And maybe they'll do something in the next 2 weeks. I don't know.
Maybe.
But it's hard because you can't leave them off TV now.
Yeah.
The 2 weeks leading to the pay-per-views when you're doing your hottest shit.
I agree.
So it's
to
tough.
really sell it.
Right.
No, man, that's I'm with you.
Again, you don't got to get Mariah in super competitive matches.
No, not
but
at all.
Put her in a good showcase match against
the one with Viva.
The one with Viva Van.
Fine.
Put her in a showcase match against Erica Lee, who will make her look like $1 million.
True.
Like there's talent. To leave Lady Frost at home, but there's talent. Not I'm not saying not like a Robin Renegade thing, but like have her show how good of a wrestler she is, because she is a really good wrestler, and we've seen it here and there. But we've known Tony long enough to know how good she is.
Yes.
So let's make Mariah both a psychotic threat and a wrestling threat. I don't know. I just want
No, man. I think that's actually spot on, dude. Katsuyori Shibata,
yeah,
Brian Keith,
sure,
was what it was.
Yeah.
Shibata hit him with a bitch maker.
Right.
I love the transition into the armbar at the end.
Yeah.
Jericho and fucking what's his face run
right.
down, jump him. Hook makes a save. Hook's wearing an eye patch.
Everybody gets an eye. Every male wrestler on the AEW roster is going to have an action figure with an eye patch.
That's what it's for. They need to sell those eye patch accessories.
It's the little eye patch mold, and they got to put it on everybody.
So I'm guessing it'll probably be Jericho Hook at some point. Maybe at Wembley. I don't know. I don't care.
They're going to have to end every angle basically at Wembley.
Then they have a pay-per-view.
Right.
Not the week later, but the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just, Orange Cassidy, he says he's going to fight Roosh, Mortos, and Roddy by himself.
Yeah.
Because his friends couldn't get here because of flight delays. But he called some guys that live in North Carolina, and they agreed to be his partners.
Yeah.
Out comes FTR.
Right.
Wearing their jean jackets. They're all wearing sunglasses. Dax is wearing Hitman shades.
They're both Hitman glasses.
Oh, yeah, because the other one was the WCW Howard Stern version.
They sure were.
OC's wearing an FTR shirt.
Right. Trying to hide it, but...
Yeah. Again, it's fun.
Yeah, man. That's my exact note. It's fun.
Yeah, just nothing like to write home about.
OC and Mortos are incredible together.
They're so... God damn it. I need Mortos Mark Briscoe. That's what I need in my life.
Yeah.
I like, the end where FTR's on the mics. The Acclaim try coming out. Their mic's not working. Dax says, that's right, nobody wants to hear what your bitch ass has to say.
Yeah.
And he starts talking and goes, I ain't good at this microphone shit. Let's get in the ring. That was fun. And a good pull part,
for sure.
It just feels so weird to have a tag team feud and your titles are just fucking sitting there. And those dudes haven't been on TV in weeks. Not that I'm not mad about it, but you're holding up
but they have titles.
Whole fucking division.
There's 3 titles there.
Yep.
Perry doesn't have one, right?
No, he has a TNT title.
Is it TNT champ?
Him Darby.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because he had that promo guy cut him with a $7 Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Makes me want Taco Bell, but...
I had Taco Bell for dinner last night.
Nice.
Yeah, those street chalupas, man.
Nice.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah. I had actual birria tacos the other day. They were delicious. From El Rey. They were fucking awesome. Michelle and I ate them in the car.
Go fuck your ass. Camille, the brick house, the shit house. She squashes 2 girls who looked like they wanted to be anywhere else but there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's fine. Sasha cuts a fucking bad promo afterwards. It's just not good.
Terrible.
I saw a lot of people pointing this out, and I do agree. She needs to not wear high heels when she's next to Camille.
It's not something that I think of.
I don't either, but it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah,
Camille
stop exposing the fucking
bigger.
business.
They do the Brit pre-tape because that was part of the news last week was her whole suspension thing.
Right, which yes and no. Is it true? Is it not? Is everything you heard?
No.
Blah, blah, blah.
You can go read it for yourself and come to your own goddamn
I don't give a shit,
conclusions.
really. All right. Come to your own conclusion, but that conclusion should be Team Brit. But anyway, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's part of it. But also, I'm very she's got a track record at this point.
She does.
She's got a track record.
Right, yeah.
She's a little shit stirrer.
I mean, some of us love this show, on this show, love a guy, wrestlers who have track records, so.
Well, hey, listen, I do. I 100% do. Hey, you got rid of it. As Mark Henry said, the problem's gone. Everything should be sunshine and rainbows now, right, guys?
Absolutely.
How's that work out?
Mark Henry, who threatened to kill the Click.
Threatened to what?
Kill the Click.
I don't see the problem with that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just shit stirrers being shit stirrers.
How about his son signed to WWE?
Yeah, that's good. Man.
Sexual Chocolate 2.0.
Ooh.
El
Hijo del Sexual Chocolate.
Junior.
What if Vince was still in charge, they would 100% write a storyline where he was the hand that grew the body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd absolutely that to be.
Yeah.
He would be like whatever his name is, and they would just call him the hand.
What you didn't know is May had twins.
Yeah, that's
you know?
right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Oh, they would like tie his hand up so he was missing a hand. They're like, it was his hand the whole time, Austin.
Main event.
Yes.
Bryan Danielson, Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Love the way this started.
Yeah, man, it was awesome.
Jarrett just fucking smoking Danielson with the El Kabong to the back and just talking the whole time. Thought you were ready. I told you to be ready. You're not ready.
Right.
It's just it's a fun professional wrestling match.
Absolutely.
Felt like very like old school brawling through the crowd, you know. Danielson wins with the Musaiko knee, and Jarrett's head like comes down on the chair. The chair came down on his head, busted him open, whatever. Jarrett, his 2024 been fucking awesome.
Right. He met us.
Yeah.
He got the main event of Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been refreshing.
He's apparently going to be wrestling Hangman at Wembley.
I guess so.
That's going to be crazy, man.
Let him just go.
I put it in the Discord,
Old
man.
school
Memphis.
fucking Memphis brawl, dude.
You know, it's Jeff Jarrett trained and the guy that was trained by Boogie Woogie. Like it's got Memphis all over it, man.
100%.
So like if
I don't see a fucking Memphis fireball,
fireballs,
depressed.
Hangman's gonna get hit by a double-decker bus driven by Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. God damn, he's so good. I loved after the match when Swerve gets in the ring. He comes out, you know, and just says to Danielson, "Oh, the neck hurting a little bit. Your knee's a little weak right now." And he goes, "That was just Jeff Jarrett.
Right.
No disrespect to Jeff Jarrett, but that was Jeff Jarrett. What do you think I'm gonna do to you?"
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
Swerve
absolutely.
is so fucking good.
The funniest
at this.
thing about Dragon is that like they were running the gimmick like the past couple of weeks. Like the doctor says he can't. You know, he's got the neck problems, the knee problems. Doc says he shouldn't wrestle to Wembley, and this, that, and the other thing. And like it may be partially true, may not be. You know, he's going part time. They're trying to sell that if he loses this thing, make it a little more plausible that he does whatever. But like, it's funny that Dragon is a guy who's like, all right, on TV I'm going to tell everybody I'm hurt real bad. And then I'm going to wrestle Jeff Jarrett all over the building and just do fun, stupid shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, no regard for my health.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I'm
no,
just,
no.
like,
having fun.
We're doing a concession stand brawl and I'm going to take a neck bump. It's just like...
They literally did a concession stand brawl and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah. So, it's just the best. And, like, great for Jarrett. I know everyone's saying his contract is coming up and whatever. And Jarrett goes where Jarrett wants to go.
I'd retain him, man.
But I would keep him.
I don't know how
if
much...
I could.
You know, I'm sure he can wrestle more. Who knows how much he wants to at this point.
Right.
You know, let him do backstage. Let
Veteran
him be an agent,
presence.
dude. Yeah,
veteran presence. It
veteran
matters.
presence, yeah.
It really matters.
So that Swerve says...
sorry, if he's even an off-air talent, like maybe his on-air stops a little bit and he can be the guy who delivers some of the bad news. You know, he's got the booker in his family. If he's not on air, people won't think he's, politicking for a spot. I don't know. They need something.
Yeah, he needs to be around, though.
Yeah,
I agree.
He needs to be around.
Yeah. Swerve says, "Oh, you got your little warm-up match here. Well, I want my warm-up next week, and that's against you, Wheeler Yuta."
Right.
And he says, Danielson, he goes, "I want you sitting right at ringside."
Yep.
That has potential to Swerve. I don't know, man. I love when Swerve's like this. I get it.
Yeah.
Rah babyface, which is not really him.
Mm-hmm.
He just plays that cool character where he says, "I'm going to show you why I'm the most dangerous dude in this company."
Right.
And I just think about that post-match promo from the Texas Death Match where he's screaming into the camera with blood streaming down his face just saying, "I'm the most fucking dangerous man in this company."
So
I love when Swerve is like this.
He definitely takes it too far with Yuta. Dragon gets involved, and Dragon gets hurt going into Wembley, right? They're going to want Dragon, because they're going to press really hard. Because, again, linear storytelling, easy, whatever. They're going to press real hard at trying to make us think that Dragon could retire.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everyone knows he's not going to.
Yeah.
Not from full time. He's probably going to win that title, but they're going to try and throw the track off a little bit. So he's going to walk into Wembley with like a neck brace or tape, something. Like Swerve's going to fuck him up.
Head to toe.
Right. He's going to look like the fucking Yeti.
Yeti.
Because Swerve is absolutely going to go a little too far against Yuta.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, that's it for America.
That is.
Before we go to Japan,
Yes.
what does Mr. Funk have to say to us this week?
Shocking to no one, Terry's got some words for Ric Flair.
Let's go to Jim Ross. He's standing by to talk to the Wild Texan, Terry Funk. Thanks very much, Jim Cornette. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, the Big Clash of Champions 9 event live as it happens on November the 15th, right here on TBS, the Superstation. New York Knockout, live from Troy, New York. The main event, a non-title event with I Quit rules. Nature Boy Ric Flair, final confrontation perhaps with Terry Funk, but I understand you've got something to say to Ric Flair, and you want some special stipulation.
Get the smirk off of your face, Ross. I know that you realize what happened in the Thunderdome, and you think that I let JTEX Corporation down, and so do all you people out there. Let me tell you something. The NWA is not big enough for myself and Ric Flair. That's why I suggested an I Quit match. I hate his guts. Ric Flair hates my guts. But I'll say one thing to Ric Flair. Ric Flair, you're a tough individual. And you are about as tough of an opponent as I've ever gone up against. And it's not big enough. This area is not big enough. This country's not big enough in wrestling, and that's why I want you in an I Quit match. But after it's over with, let's make this the final match. And if you beat me, I will walk across there and I will say to you, Ric Flair, you are the better man.
Will you shake his hand and say he's the better man if he beats you?
If he beats me, I will walk across the ring and say that to him. But if I beat him, he has to do the same to me.
Interesting situation. We'll hear from Nature Boy Ric Flair later in the hour. Now let's go back to Rhubarb Jones.
We made it. Here we are.
Here. We're in Japan.
Japan. G1's winding down.
Yeah.
N1's starting up.
Wow.
The Stardom 5-star Grand Prix coming up soon.
A lot of tournament time.
Tournament time. Tourney time.
But before we get to tournament time,
Yes. Where we at?
let's go to All Japan Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
The Netty Summer Action Wars.
Sure.
I watched one match.
Me too.
You watched one match.
I did.
Main event for the Triple Crown Championship. The champ, Yuma Anzai, who I've been
Yes.
very big on, versus the challenger, Rei Saito,
Yes.
the second half of the Saito brothers. Fucking Rei Saito. He's mean.
Yeah.
Those double chops to the chest.
Yeah. I saw somebody online call him like the sloppier brother of the two.
For sure.
But yeah.
I thought Anzai looked phenomenal in this match on offense and selling too.
Okay.
And he made Saito look like a killer.
Yeah.
I thought the match was very good. I don't think it was as good as some people were saying it is.
I was so worried I was going to disappoint you.
No.
I like this match.
Yeah, it's
Right?
a good main event.
It's a good main event. But like people were freaking out over it.
They were.
It's very highly rated on Cage Match. Like I watched this before without you even telling me because people were like, "This fucking match," and I was like, "All right, well, I always give it a shot. I'm not connected to these guys, but I'm always willing to give it a chance."
Sure.
And I was like, "Brett's probably gonna watch this if it's getting this good reviews, so let me watch this."
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But like, match of the years,
No.
4.5-star matches.
No.
Don't have a finish like that. That finish just happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was watching it, and I'm like, all right, this is cool. Like, this guy's hitting hard. He's like a messier guy versus the slick guy. I get it. I know the dynamic, whatever. And then they put him up on the top rope for like the move, and I was like, all right, this will be like a 2.99 kick out, kick out, Hulk out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Go through it, hit your finish. He kicks up, and then he hits the finish, and I was like, the 3?
What?
And like in a way, you don't see that often in Japanese wrestling because there was no extra power up thing. It was he hits his finish and the match is over. But I was like, did I watch the match everybody thought? It's good.
It's good.
Right.
I don't think it's.
But I was like, okay.
It didn't knock my socks
Right.
off.
I was like, it's cool. Ain't wrong with it.
I like Hugh Anzai.
Yeah.
I think he's really good.
Yeah. And I like that they have like that they're elevating people who are tag team wrestlers not normally in the main event
Sure.
with Saito brothers and all that.
I think the match you had with
Yeah.
the other Saito brother was better than
Yeah.
this. It was
But I
good
was like,
though.
you're cool. That's fine.
Yeah. Hey,
Right.
you give me a good wrestling match.
Right.
I'll watch
exactly.
it.
I don't have anything to complain about. I also don't have anything to like rave about.
Yeah, I
So,
agree with that.
yeah.
Good. All right. I'm glad we're very copacetic.
Yeah.
Pro Wrestling Noah.
Pro wrestling. No.
They started the N1 victory.
Ed, I'm
tournament.
sorry I never did an N1 bracket.
I'm not.
I didn't realize it started this quick.
We're good. I only watched 2 matches from this.
I watched 3. I did an experiment.
First one, did you watch the opener?
El Hijo del Dr. Wagner versus Alpha Wolf. I
Yes.
absolutely did.
So Alpha Wolf gets the win.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good choice for the opener of the tournament.
Yeah.
2 Lucha dudes just
Ton
going
of fun.
for it.
Ton of fun.
Alpha Wolf, mainly known as like a tag wrestler in Japan at this point.
Yes.
And I thought it was a good showcase for him as a singles wrestler.
I thought he bumped well. He looked good. He takes a monkey flip over the top rope to the floor.
Yes.
Like, Wagner, we all know. You've been on the Wagner train forever. The
he's the
dude
fucking
fucking
man.
rules. Second foreigner to ever win that belt, to win the GHC belt.
Who's the first one?
Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards is the only white guy to ever win that belt, and look at him now. What a fucking disgrace.
Have some pride, man.
But like the Alpha Wolf does the tope to the outside and just clears right across the commentary table.
That was crazy.
Like, and
I thought he was about to wipe that woman out
yeah,
on
it was
commentary.
crazy.
Yeah.
And like we watched the tag match with Alpha Wolf and his brother with Galeno. Like
Yeah.
lots of fun. Like these guys are exciting fucking dudes. So it's the right position. This isn't a long match.
No.
But it does sort of overstay towards the end. Like it's like, all right, we could have wrapped this up. Like you peaked and never got
You
back.
could have cut 2 minutes off.
Like they peaked really hard,
They did.
really early,
I haven't even begun to peak.
and then never got it back all the way.
Peak so hard.
Peaked so hard. But the Crucifix Bomb finish was really cool.
Yeah, it was.
So
You watched another match before the one
I did.
watched.
So I did an experiment. See, I was like,
You did a journalism?
no,
You're a big J journalist?
But I was like, here's what I'm going to do. In the classic WWE quote unquote partnership, like the one they have with TNA, WWE sends the scrapings of their talent pool to other rosters and get the best back, and they steal the good ones. So
Yeah, they did send AJ Styles.
that's true. They sent
And
AJ
Io.
Styles. Yeah, that's true.
So I'll give them that.
That's true. But
But-
for one-offs.
For one-offs.
For one-offs, right?
Not whatever's happening here.
So I watched Tavion Heights versus Titus Alexander because I thought these were both NXT guys because Titus Alexander sounds like an NXT
That's
guy.
his pure NXT name.
And I know Tavion Heights because we saw him live at the
Yes.
TNA taping.
Yes.
And he's an Olympic wrestler, looks good, like good look, all
Wasn't
that
he-
kind of
I
stuff.
think he was in the Olympics in Tokyo. Like
Yeah,
3
they
years
actually
ago.
said that he could have went back this
Yeah.
year, but was already involved in wrestling, so didn't.
Yeah.
So Titus Alexander has Invincible tights on. Heights is a good-looking kid, 1 year in the ring. This match, it's a 4.3 on Cage Match, not because it's right, because it's easy. It's not a 4.3 match. It's better than that.
Okay.
It's not.
It's worse.
No, it's not great. It's perfectly fine. It is watching an NXT match in Noah.
Yeah.
It is not what anybody asked for or wanted. But I was like,
Nobody wanted
but I want to
this.
see what these guys can do,
Sure.
and if they're going to show out in Japan because they know how important it is. Tavion Heights is only a year in the business. Whatever. It's fine.
I'll wait till Tavion Heights is in there with someone who matches his
Right.
powerhouse style a little more.
Right. I think he's at least has a look enough that like you can see what he does against a like super talented wrestler and see what happens. See what happens if they back him into a corner and like I don't mean like actually, but like
No, I know
sort
what
of
you mean.
make him
Make him earn it.
make him deliver in a match. Like push his boundaries, push his limits as a wrestler in the ring to see where he can go. So, but that it's fine.
Did you watch Josh Briggs' match?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to full NXT, brother.
No, I don't. I thought this was the full NXT. When I found out it wasn't, I stopped.
That's perfect.
Good. I ain't doing this twice.
Did you watch Keno versus Manabu
I did. This is
Soya?
the other match, the last match that I watched on this show. Yes.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Manabu Soya.
Brother. Just
Jizzat.
doing it the right way. Right? You go out with an injury and you come back lean and twice the size you were before.
Damn right.
It's called the Levesque Method.
He pulled a Levesque.
Yeah, he pulled well, that could be a couple things.
I said pulled, not tore
Oh,
a Levesque.
right. But that's, you tear a Levesque to get on the Levesque method.
That's part of the Levesque process.
The overarching Levesque process.
There's a name for the show, the Levesque Method.
The Levesque Method. So, I was watching it, and like Michelle came home. I was like, "You got to come look at this guy. Look what he looked like before." And I like Sawyer. We both like Sawyer. Good shit kicker, dude.
Yeah.
The red beard, the red hair, but like was like a beefier guy. Hey, he looks like $1 million. Handsome as fuck.
Cried when Congo broke up.
Yeah, and Michelle was like, she saw Keno come out, and she's like, "Who's this guy? This guy looks cool." She's like, "Look at the birds on his shoulders." I'm like, "Those are lions."
Honey, those are lions.
She's like, they look like feathers. And I'm like, I get it, but they're lions. And she's like, he looks neat. And then she saw Soy, and she go, well, but he's better looking.
Well,
I was like, you're absolutely right.
Handsome.
Yeah, very handsome.
Yeah, dude, I thought this was, I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Just another beating the shit out of each other match.
Right. It's Manabu Soya with a glow up.
Yeah.
And
Soya's tough as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This match rules. I think Keno loses a little bit of steam at the end. I think moving around with that big dude cost him a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But he still looks great. So the thing that gets affected is like the reversal he does into the Keno special was awesome. But he's a little gassed, so it takes him 3 tries to get the foot up over the shoulder. Yeah. And I was like, man, if he did that smooth, that'd be the coolest fucking thing.
Yep, I agree.
But this match was a ton of fun.
That was awesome.
It is Noah at its best. This is what Noah should be doing. This is what everyone wants from Noah, and instead we get Tavion and Tyrese Alexander and like fucking what's his name, Lance Anois and whatever. But the opener and this was the closer.
No, I think this wasn't the main. I don't know. Was this the main event?
I don't know.
I don't know. If it
Whatever.
was great, if it wasn't, I didn't watch
in my life, it's the closer. So the opener and the closer. We're really good.
Everything else
worth the watch.
Between, I was like, I'm straight.
Noah, sadly, and listen, I got a lot of love for Noah and the origins and all that. We talk about that a whole bunch on here. Noah is a 100% I'll watch what's good promotion.
Yeah,
I'll watch what's great promotion.
Them losing Go Shiozaki again to injury was such a bummer for me.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Kiyomiya, Akita.
It was Kiyomiya versus some guy from Dragon Gate.
Yeah, it was the main.
I'm not super familiar with Dragon Gate at this point in my life. So,
but
this will be one of those. If it's good, I'll watch it.
And that's the thing. If Go was in it, I'd be like, I'm gonna watch Go this week. I'm gonna watch Go this week too. I'm gonna watch Go this week. But that's things. So whatever. But just listen to us, ask us, listen to the show, even though we give you spoilers. I'll tell you what, again, my life completely changed by that fucking tab.
I'm so happy for you.
Brother, wrestling it's like I can break into song. It's a whole new world. The hills are alive without pro wrestling spoilers.
That makes me so happy. It really does.
It just makes my fucking day because I get to just not be all right, well, this is going to happen, but I know fucking evil's going to win, so what's the point, or what have you. I get to sort of enjoy it a little more. So, but find what's good in Noah and watch them. It's definitely worth it. They're not completely shit. They just drop the ball at almost every. That's
true.
And they also have like 3-4 guys that are endlessly consistent, and which being Wagner. El Hijo Wagner Jr., Keno, Soya, those guys are, Masakita Mia, like they're endlessly consistent guys. So if you don't have the results, you can probably just put on any match with those guys and have an all right time. Yeah. But just look up ratings, watch them.
I agree.
Watch what's good.
100%. Yeah, out of how many matches were on the show, I only watched 2, and I went, okay,
that's all I need.
Got my fill of Noah.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right, and it's different, because we talk about New Japan, which I think is where we're going.
Yes, it is.
Next, right? That's everything other than New Japan.
Yeah.
And like you're watching all the New Japan. I watched a ton. I just ended up having a good amount of time this week to be able to watch, almost everything.
Yeah.
But like we talk about New Japan being in the mud a little bit, and they kind of sort of are, but most of the we've been talking about this the whole G1. Most of the matches that we've watched are at least entertaining. So
Die monster die. That was
yep.
It ain't getting killed.
So,
I
but
didn't,
yeah.
I didn't want to break its neck and offend you or something. So, all right. Speaking of the G1, here we are. G1 Climax 34.
Yes.
Starting with night number 9.
4 nights.
This is the biggest, I think, the most action packed that we'll cover.
And it's only like a week or so left.
Yeah.
I was looking them up. So I'm probably gonna commit because the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals are like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Like next weekend, I think maybe.
Yeah.
Because this week is there's just like two or three shows left for everybody.
Dude, there's one on Monday that starts at 4 a.m.
Yeah, they've been 5:30 this week.
And it's been perfect because they've been having their tag matches early, and I look up the card and go, oh, there's 4. I can sleep in this amount of time. Oh, there's 5. Oh, I can sleep in this amount of
Get up
time.
around 7, 6:37.
I get up about... what time did I get up this morning? I got up about like 6:15 this morning.
Okay.
And it was like the back end of the last tag match.
Yeah,
Nice. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Get up, move around a little bit, stretch it out, I get up around.
But I will probably join you. Well, and I did join you in Buchanan for 2 nights.
Yes.
Mornings. But I will join you for the quarter semis, and finals that weekend. I'm going to commit to those at the very least.
More the merrier.
Because those matches are going to have to fucking deliver, and they're going to be exciting as fuck. So
I agree. So, yes, I have not missed anything from the
You
G1
have not.
yet.
You are a monster.
There was a morning I did sleep in this week.
Oh.
It was like Tuesday, I think it was, because my mind was just cooked.
Was that the same? Did we chat that morning?
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, fuck, I slept in. And I was like, Karen, what I missed because she didn't miss anything. So I went back and watched them just to, got to keep my streak going.
All right. Well, where are we at? Let's talk.
Night number 9, I have a match to talk about.
Let's see. A match to talk about.
You did watch this one with us.
Yes. Gabe Kid Naito.
Nope.
No.
Night number 9. First night.
ZSJ Shingo.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. The Evil Okan is full of bullshit, but at least Evil loses. Mm-hmm. Gabe Kid Naito, I have notes. Just a note on it that this one knocks Gabe out of playoff contention. They said here, I think it's in my notes at least on this night. I think they then say later too, but Naito wins with a roll up in this.
That's right. Yes,
but I liked it because Naito is clearly broken down. Like Tanahashi levels of broken down.
That man's coming, like, he's at the end.
And yes, and this match with Kid, I like the finish because the story it told was he's broken down and you can kick the shit out of him, but you're not smarter than he is.
Yep.
And that's why I really like that finish because he out wrestles Kid just at the very end.
Yeah.
He just knows enough to get the win as a smart wrestler. So I like that. But Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shingo Takagi.
I thought this was a perfect mix of styles with these two.
Yes.
We talk about that, the Ishii versus Zack Sabre Jr. match years ago where you fell in love with that mixture.
Right.
This was perfect mix for these two.
Probably my 2 favorite guys in the company right now. Maybe.
Yeah, because one was wrestling in the company currently, but not actually under contract.
Right. Yeah. No, that's there is a clear star of this fucking tournament. We're going to talk about that. Yeah. It's not any of these guys. And if there is a second star of this tournament, it's also either of these guys.
Nope.
But regular roster New Japan guys, Sabre and Shingo are the 2 best to me right now.
Yeah, man. I thought that this was really good.
Yeah.
Sabre getting dropped on his fucking dome on the Made in Japan.
It's disgusting.
Was
scary.
Right. Yumi and Kikanen were all saying, "Uh-oh, that didn't look good."
Did not.
He got high angle dropped.
Sure did.
Man. Shingo won.
Yeah.
So good for Shingo.
Shingo did win.
Moving on.
Yeah. Love
Night
Shingo.
number 10.
Number 10.
I have one match to talk about.
Okay, let's see. What do I have?
So I guarantee you know what I want.
Yeah, so I'll get there. Let's see what I want to talk about. Oh, yeah.
So real quick, there's more I can talk about. I decided last week where I was just naming matches.
Yeah,
that sucked. I don't want to do that.
No, I'm not looking to do that either.
Yeah, that's just me.
Yuya versus ELP.
Okay,
with Gabe Kidd on commentary. Gabe Kidd on commentary says, "Boo hoo, I'm ELP. All my friends went to the WWE."
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's so good.
And like, you and I both really like ELP.
Yes.
ELP again when Ospreay left and he was like, "Hey, New Japan, you have me. He's right here,"
there
and
he
they were
is.
like, "Oh no, we have you. It's Callum Newman." Was great, right?
Will
And
cosplay.
so I always like to keep a little bit of an eye on ELP because I do like him that much.
I agree.
But I do have beef with ELP here because he uses the burning hammer to set up his finish in this match. And I was like, we ain't there yet, pal.
ELP, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Not in Japan.
The man who invented the burning hammer did it 6 total fucking times.
Six
times.
times.
It does not get to become a transition move for you. I'm sorry.
Or to have Cody kick out at 1.
Right. It doesn't fucking work that way.
Shit.
Yeah. A lot of people complained about the finish to Hinare and Cobb.
Oh, where Henari's like just
He puts up the
fucking stable,
right.
man.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
He knows that he's beat. He's physically exhausted
Yeah.
by the stronger, more experienced wrestler.
at the end of the day, it's still his friend.
right,
It's his boy.
and they're in the same stable. So he puts up the UE,
Yeah.
and it's a no hard feelings, and
Yep.
Cobb beats him.
Yeah. I was fine
I
with
liked
that.
it. I thought it was,
Yeah.
but like that. I only bring it up because people were like, "What a dumb finish!" Blah blah blah. I'm like, no,
shut up.
It's
That was
like
not.
storytelling. Like they're pals. Like this
Yeah.
was not a.
There's no
like
hatred
this was
there.
this was a big beef match, but there was no beef.
Them boys were moving some beef.
Right. But I like that. But the match that you want to talk about, that I want to talk about,
Brother.
that I think everybody wants to talk about, is Konosuke Takeshita versus Hiroki Goto.
This is the first match of this week.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to give it the stamp of an all-time G1 tournament match.
Wow. I do not feel that way about this match.
What?
I like this match.
What?
I like this match a ton. I even when I watched it,
My jaws dropped.
I know. I knew this was going to happen. I watched it, right? Like I wasn't live with you guys, was I? No. But I watched it. I liked it a ton. And then I saw the world talking about how great it was.
Yes.
And I was like, all right, was I tired? Maybe I didn't maybe I wasn't all in. So I went back and watched it a second time. I watched this match twice. There's nothing wrong with this match. I can't critique this match in any way. But it's not even my top 3 in the G1 this year.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
Yeah, I didn't. I love.
This is my favorite match of the G1 so far.
I love the outcome. I love the outcome. I'm super pumped for Goto. The match is very, very good. Like, there's nothing wrong with this match. I can't tell you a thing they did wrong because they didn't do anything wrong. It's a very solid match. It's worked really well. Like, everything about it is really good to great. Takeshita rules. The crowd's behind Goto. The company's behind Goto. I was like, at no point did it get me like off my feet. Like, like you said, I watched it a second time because I was like, was I tired? Maybe I was nodding off, just not into it, couldn't find the groove. And I even contemplated watching it a third time because I was like, it's got to be me, right? Because everybody loves this match so much.
I'd pause this right now so we can watch it.
But yeah, I just didn't. It didn't connect with me on that level of being an all-time G1 match.
That hurts my soul. Yeah. Ed loved it.
Yeah, I know. And I love Goto. Goto's been my guy forever.
So to me, I thought it was such a perfect setup of Takeshita being this outsider, coming in and kind of running roughshod in the G1. Goto being the
star of the G1.
Goto
so far,
being
really.
the old guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oldest guy in the tournament. Gabe Kidd on commentary added so much to this match. During the heat spots where Goto's getting beat down and he's saying like, "You're fucking New Japan. You better stand up, get up, Goto.
Yeah.
Like you don't let this guy, this outsider from AEW, the DDT. You're gonna let a DDT guy beat your ass in a New Japan ring.
Right.
Get up.
Yeah.
Dude, this crowd was red fucking
Crazy
hot.
for Goto. Yep. Absolutely.
I love the end stretch of all the reversals. Goto like hitting the fucking GTR at the end, and that crowd just like exploding, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like a fucking all-time G1 moment.
Yeah.
I really do. I love this match. It is my match of the week.
Yeah.
It is my fucking favorite match of this tournament.
Yeah.
I loved this.
Yeah. And I completely get it.
Oh.
Right? So, like, I love the Destroyer.
I was captivated.
The Destroyer off the top rope. It's like sub 15 minutes. Like, where I watched this and, like, I was, after the word, I was like, it was really good. And I was like, this is a really great, like, template of what your G1 matches should be. Like, if you get in the ring and, like, have this quality of a match in the G1, like it matters, like it's important, like, people should watch this match and be like, if you can't hit this, then your G1 matches don't matter. But it never hit that elevated to, like, I don't think it's a 5-star match. It's 4.5 maybe, but it just doesn't, like I said, I'm like, is this me? Because I watched it a second time. Like, it just never got up there. And like, I love Goto. I like all of the pieces makes me, I should like be completely in love with it. And I don't dislike it at all. I think it's a banger. But I was like, yeah, this is I like the what was Gabe Kidd Shingo from last week, whatever that was. I like that one more. I like another one from this week more.
My heart.
It's maybe 3, but probably like 4th maybe in the tournament so far. Again, I can't tell you anything wrong with it. It's better than the All Japan match by far. And again, like I like Goto's my guy. Like the G1, the G1 stands for Goto. Like I'm super pumped. Like I was like, all right, let's fucking go. And I love all that stuff. But like I was never like it just never pulled me all the way in on either watch. So
unbreak my heart.
Yeah, say you love me again.
That hurts.
Yeah,
that's all right. We'll move on.
It's definitely the best
I'm
match
sad.
of this night.
Just know I'm sad.
That's fine.
Night 11.
Hold on. Narita.
I didn't say 9/11.
I know you didn't.
My personal 9/11 over here.
The House of Torture stinks. In case you didn't know,
I'm so Kane and I were texting about it this morning. I'm
terrible, dude.
So fucking tired of it.
But the last match of this night was Ren Narita versus Yota Tsuji, and Yota wins, and by winning here, he ties Ren Narita for points, and I'm like, what the fuck is New Japan doing?
More on that.
I've done well in my bracket despite them not booking Yota the way I thought they would. But like, I really thought, and there'll be more on this later too, but after watching this match and them saying that Yota Tsuji wins and ties Ren Narita on points, I was like, I expected New Japan to push at least one of these fucking kids. And I'm like, you're just not. You just let them twist in the wind here. I don't. You're not giving any of them a dominant performance through this fucking G1.
You would think you're getting 3 guys out of each block.
Right.
Do something.
Right. Because again, we're gonna talk about him in a bit, but like New Japan, you're letting a guy to go Gabe Kidd. You're letting a guy from DDT be the fucking star of your biggest tournament of the fucking year. Yeah. And I'm fine with it, but you fucking shouldn't be. Yeah. So
night 11.
11.
I know. Is this the Saber Evil match?
This is, yes,
like the 19-second match.
Yes. So, So I watched a bunch of this because everything was fucking short.
Yeah.
This
was the night where I slept in.
Okay. All right.
I went back and watched everything.
I liked Jake Lee versus Gabe Kidd.
I was talking to my friend Mark today about it, and he loved it too.
I liked it.
He's like, Gabe Kidd's a miracle worker. Mm-hmm. He is.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. Jake Lee
I liked it because the bar with Jake Lee is low.
Yeah.
Like you could fucking step over it because Jake Lee stinks out loud.
Yeah,
but I like that Kid, like they're both Bullet Club guys. He comes out with beers and Kid's like, fuck you, I ain't doing any of that shit.
Yep.
They brawl through the stands. Then the fans are actually behind Jake Lee for some fucking reason.
Weird, right?
And then it gets him to show fire for the first time in his fucking life.
For real,
they hit each other real hard in the ring. Gabe Kidd barely misses the 20 count. I thought that the reason why this match was good was because they were smart enough to have him brawl Gabe Kidd outside of the ring to protect his dumbass in that ring.
I agree.
That's why it was good, because we got very little Jake Lee having to actually professional wrestle in a ring.
Jake Lee's leaves a lot to be desired.
But then the second shortest match in G1 history And I was upset about this one because I didn't see I'm going in blind, thankfully. I didn't see anything about this, but everybody was talking about it. And
when you asked me in Kincannon, and we
yeah.
were like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Kincannon was like, I think it was entertaining. And I was like, oh no. And then so that's my only clue going in. And then like before the fucking bell rings, Zack Sabre gets powder in his eyes. And I'm like, why did they tell me this was good? This is going to be House of Torture. Well, entertaining. And like you told me this is just going to be House of Torture bullshit. But then Sabre reverses a pin and wins in 19 seconds.
Perfect.
Fuck you.
Perfect.
Fuck you. You suck.
I
hate you.
It's not the first time we're going to hear that.
No,
tonight.
I hate you. I hate you.
The only match I really have anything to talk about was Sonata and Shingo.
Yeah, Shooter Naito is what it is. Naito is becoming Tanahashi, where by the time his knees warm up, the match is over.
Yeah.
So, but yes, Sonata versus Shingo.
I thought it was okay for the most part until the end stretch.
The last 10 minutes are
Excellent.
great. Yeah, excellent.
Excellent.
Wrestling. Yep.
Sonata wins over Shingo. There's that old LIJ feud, so good to see Sonata getting some W's.
There was a cool thing in here that they did that I didn't. I think Shingo did it. That I don't see that often, if not ever. Is Sonata goes for like a Rana or a head scissor or whatever, and he just grabs him by the ankles and throws his feet off him. And I'm like, well, that's so smart.
Yeah, man, Shingo's so fucking good.
So
dude.
yeah, Shingo's the best. The out of nowhere finish for Sonata was cool. Yeah. I just wish his finish wasn't as fucking complicated. I don't love it.
Yeah,
whatever the hell he calls it now, the dead pool, whatever. But it's fine. Yeah. I still like Sonata.
Better than the skull end.
Yes, I like that Sonata is still in his orange tights. I'm the Great Muda era,
still trying to be Keiji Muto.
Yeah. So, but
keep trying.
I like this whole night though. I mean, I said it's solid wrestling throughout this tournament.
Yeah, and that's the key thing about this. And
I usually skip the first matches of the tournaments because they're usually Kellen Newman matches.
Well.
Somehow in both brackets he shows up. I don't
he ain't
understand.
missing nothing, brother.
Right.
Night 12.
Night the 12th.
I have two matches to talk about.
I got one. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's about right, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, first match we're going to talk about is the second match of the week.
Okay.
That I feel is an instant G1 classic.
Yes.
Konosuke Takeshita versus ELP.
Yeah, absolutely. This one, all on board on. You're not gonna. I ain't gonna upset you on this one.
Classic.
Yes.
Instant classic in Korakuen.
Yes.
I was saying to Dwicky, man, there's nothing like a hot Korakuen crowd.
It's the best.
That place
was
fucking electric.
Yeah. Yep.
It adds so much to the environment there. Konosuke Takeshita, Tony Khan, if you're fucking listening,
I tweeted at him this week, so
and you're spot on with it. How the fuck they have not plugged this even once?
Makes no sense.
You have 5 hours of television, and you don't plug this once. Hey, AEW superstar Konosuke Takeshita is over in our partners tournament.
Yep.
New Japan, the G1 Climax.
Stealing it.
Show little clips.
And he's stealing
I'm not saying you got to show a match. You should, but show some fucking
Rampage
clips.
is a goddamn pre-tape.
Yeah.
Throw this match on Rampage, and people are going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But nobody's even talking about him.
It's disgusting
is it
how little they do.
Is it a partnership if you're not going to fucking mention it?
It makes me sick. Like, they mentioned when Eddie won the New Japan Strong title over there.
The thing is that like Takeshita is stealing this fucking tournament. In my opinion.
Like he's the MVP and it's not close.
It's not even close, right?
No.
And when I watch him there, and I see that AEW doesn't even fucking mention it, I'm like, New Japan should just sign him full time.
Yeah,
he'll be their top guy. He'll be their top guy in 3 months.
Like.
He's unbelievable. I want to see him more. I want to see him do things in AEW, but all he's done is lose. And I said, like, they have a stable now that has Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, and Roosh, and none of them win shit.
No, it's
what
sad.
are you doing?
It's fucking sad.
Like, what's happening? And he's the clear MVP of this tournament. This man walked into New Japan and is embarrassing the talent.
Yeah.
And he's having great matches. And he's not like He's not like not shitting on anybody. But like his performances are embarrassing the New Japan talent.
Yeah.
With how fucking good he's being. and there's not a fucking peep from his home company. This man is a generational talent.
Yep.
And he is a natural. When I look at him, I see the guys that everyone loves now. I see Okada, I see Omega, I see Ibushi. All of that rolled into this kid.
I agree.
And they're not fucking talking about him. And I do not get it.
I don't understand. It drives me nuts.
I do not get it.
Drives me
nuts. When he comes on an AWTV, he looks good and he loses.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And not that he doesn't lose here. I mean, he doesn't lose here. But
he loses in the tournament.
But he's lost in the tournament. Right. So, and that also coincidentally in this one, if ELP loses this match, he's eliminated from contention.
I will say this. I give a lot of credit to ELP in this match.
Yes.
He's been doing like the sad sack gimmick and not really wrestling with fire.
Yeah.
And he's in this match and like he snaps out of it. And even when he comes to the ring, like he's been coming to the ring with his vest not lighting up, but he hits the light up on the vest and
the whole thing lights up.
Oh shit, it's go time.
Yep.
And he wrestles the match of his life.
Absolutely. It's this match and that match against Ospreay.
Yeah.
And I saw people on like Cage Match and Twitter with the Logan Paul shit about ELP.
Stop.
And I want to be like, for real? Logan Paul probably watched ELP.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
ELP
fucking rules, dude. The big spot of this match was like the
bastard driver through the fucking table.
The dude buster, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, through the table on the outside.
Driver,
ELP getting his back
crazy
open
spot
from it.
I thought when the table got set up, I thought it was gonna be the Super Frankensteiner through the table,
too.
and I was like, you guys are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy fucking spot. ELP moonsaults over the guardrail, which is
insane.
crazy. Takeshita he's done it in almost every match. He does the knee lift into the corner, misses and goes over the top.
Yeah.
That's the new Flair spot.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's the Flair going the backflip up over the corner, running, getting hit and bumped. That's the new spot.
Yeah.
It's an updated version of that. It's a much bigger bump that's probably a little less safe, whatever.
Yeah.
But like he does it. It looks fucking great. It looks killer every time. Like it's such a good bump. This match rules. They go through
a fucking star.
They go through the fucking table, and this match is already at 200% insanity.
Yeah.
And then they get in the ring, and Takeshita reverses a roll up into his wheelbarrow German.
Insane.
And I'm like, how does this dude do this shit? Like, what a gifted
He's
fucking
so
talent.
goddamn strong and fast. It's unbelievable.
And then ELP kicks out at like 2.9999999. What a match. Love this one.
Oh, it's so fucking
This
good.
one and the Gabe Kid should go neck and neck to them beating the shit out of each other. I love this one so much. Crazy fucking great.
Yeah.
Completely in love with this match. And like for Takeshi to be on the run, and this week he had the Goto match, and this match it's ridiculous performances.
He's the fucking man.
Yeah, it's the.
Oh, I'm so sick of him not.
Yep,
getting
it's
recognized
insane.
by his AEW.
It's absolutely insane that he's not getting
bums me
more
out.
because he's the fucking best.
Yeah. The other match I have is Hiroki Goto versus David Finlay.
Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, right.
I thought the first half of this was boring. But, man, when the crowd gets into Goto, they're so fucking into him.
Yeah.
Goto wins.
Because the G in G1 stands for fucking Goto.
Yeah.
He says it afterwards, which everybody pops for.
Makes me the happiest.
So,
other than he's like in on it now.
Finley's vicious in this match.
Very.
I don't like Finley. We've talked about him a lot. We usually drag him down.
God damn, he busts out like a good match every now and again.
And usually the problem isn't necessarily in ring. It's the stuff around it. It's the overbooked bullshit. He's vicious in this match. Commentary really puts over Goto's experience.
Yeah.
Here, like really talking about that stuff, like a really, really, really cool thing. And then as shoot of a GTR as you could possibly get at the end, like Finley's head fucking bounces, brother. I really dug this.
How about Goto's little daughter?
He's talking on the thing and he points to the kids.
Yep.
And then commentary, he says that they got to come out to the matches, so they have to catch up on homework. And the little girl starts to cry. Yeah. And he's like, you're not in trouble. You just, whatever. Yeah. It's super fucking adorable.
Yep.
And then he picks her up and walks off with her.
The pictures of that are amazing.
It's insane. But on into a microphone, Goto, I think maybe the first time ever, finally says the G in G1 stands for Goto because he's the fucking best. I love that dude so much. So, yeah.
Yeah. Then we'll go to night 13, which was morning.
Also, just fair.
Thursday morning.
Skip Renderita matches. That's what that was on this show too. And I watched it and I was like, I should have skipped this thing.
Depressing.
I should have skipped this shit.
It's depressing.
I should have known better because I wanted to watch Yuya Mura, but I should just
He's
fucking know
such
better.
a better wrestler than this, but he gets saddled with it.
Yes.
Night 13, I only have one match I want to talk about.
I watched 3 matches from this on. This was this morning.
Yeah.
Well,
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What I'm sure you already know what I'd like to speak about. So what else do you have?
Let's see. So I watched 3 from this.
Was it the main event of Evil versus Shingo? Did you watch that?
I did.
That fucking sucked fucking shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so hot over it this morning.
So
me and Dwicky were pissed.
Oh yeah. So we can skip to that first. We'll talk about the other 2. So we get ref bump bullshit. Hiromu takes out Dick. And then Bushi comes out with the save, and I didn't know that it was a fake Bushi.
Oh, okay.
But when he came out, I was like, well, he's turning. It's obvious. Like the ring position, I was like, it's obvious Bushi's gonna fucking hit Hiromu or Shingo or whatever. And then it takes off, and it's fucking Kanemaru. And it's 3-1 against Shingo. And then Shingo gets the advantage, and Togo rings the bell. And then there's another ref bump. It's just terrible bullshit. It's such bad shit. The crowd doesn't like it.
No, nobody likes this.
And like Evil's winning that fucking block.
I don't think he is.
No, not anymore. Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't clinched a spot yet.
Well, yeah, but he's at least tied for the lead right now.
But if he loses out and there's some
I think
other math,
his last match.
God, I fucking hate Evil.
I think his last match is Gabe Kidd.
Gabe Kidd's gotta win.
And Gabe Kidd's playing spoiler. So I think there's gonna be a lot of playing spoiler because Shooter is also eliminated.
What a shocker.
Again, I thought they were gonna push one of these fucking kids to the moon.
It ain't Shooter.
But he did have a good match with Jake Lee here. I thought this match was good. Not great, but good.
I thought it was alright.
I like the he gets knocked out. Look at the standing 10. There's some stuff that I like. I think Jake Lee can have a good match against somebody, but when it's time for Jake Lee to do his offense and get his shine, it stinks.
He just looks like
looks like shit.
Bored.
Right? Yeah.
I wonder if Shooter should have came back this early.
Maybe not. Maybe
he should have rested.
I think Shooter after that first match or 2 has had a good tournament.
He needs to change something about his look.
Yeah, something. But the fans like him though.
They do, but there's just something.
Yeah.
There, like when he first came back from excursion, I was like, "Oh, that's the guy."
Yeah.
Now something's not clicking for me.
He's still my favorite out of all of them, but yeah, he's a little banged up and whatever.
And maybe it is.
Maybe
he
that's what it is.
Rested
Could
instead
be.
of rushed back.
Yeah.
Because G1's not exactly easy.
Right, definitely not. But he is eliminated from the G1 with this,
Yeah.
from contention, but he'll still be able to play spoiler. But the match to talk about in this one is Zack Sabre Jr. versus Gabe Kidd.
Brother.
From this morning. I mean, this might be the one that ranks it at number 3 for me in the G1 total this year, because we always talk about on the show. You mentioned it before, sort of when we both, at least when I started falling in love with Zack Sabre Jr. all those years ago, it was that Ishii match where I was like, holy shit, I love seeing this stuff, and so I like seeing Sabre Jr. Against the different style. We talk about that all the time. We've seen it a bunch. You see it all the time. Him, Shingo, all that sort of stuff. And it's like a good back and forth. Let's watch him try and tie up the big tough guy. Let's watch the tough guy beat the shit out of him. This match is 85% Zack Sabre Jr. getting the absolute shit kicked out of him by Gabe Kidd.
This is Gabe Kidd saying, "Fuck you.
Yeah.
We ain't doing this technical shit. You better bring
There's
it."
no back and forth. I mean, there is, but like, there's very little back and forth. There's not like I'm going to tie you in a pretzel and see what you can do.
None of that.
Sabre just gets the fucking shit kicked out of him.
Gabe Kidd said, "Oh, what's that? You just want your chest chopped?
Yeah.
Okay, enjoy."
Yeah.
I think this is Gabe Kidd's best match ever.
Okay.
It's just fucking awesome. It's not hard against Zack Sabre Jr., but when it turns into Zack Sabre Jr. not wrestling technical and wrestling rough,
right? Because he threw it back.
Nobody knew
punches.
Nobody knew that was. Couldn't see that coming. You just expect Zack's gonna tie you up, like you said.
Yep.
They just beat each other's asses, dude.
One of my favorite things in this match, and like maybe not everybody picks up on it. I'm sure you did. So, Kidd is chopping the shit out of Sabre,
crushing him.
And there's a point in the match where he chops Sabre and shakes his hand out, right? Mm-hmm. And you see a little glint in Sabre's eye, and then Kid does a little sequence, and then he goes for another chop, and he chops him, and Saber no-sells it.
Yep.
And bounces off the rope, comes back, and takes out Kid's arm.
Yep.
And Kid goes to chop him, and he can't. He can't chop anymore. And I'm like, holy shit, guys.
So smart.
Like, so fucking smart. He sees the weakness, he takes out the arm, and that's his advantage.
Yeah.
Right? Because then Kid can't chop him. And most of this match was chops and strikes. So, like, you just took out his power hand.
Yeah.
So he's now at a disadvantage. For the first time in this match, 18 minutes into whatever the fuck it is, he
The
can't
only thing he's been doing is chopping you.
he can't use one of his fucking arms. And it was so smart.
Yep.
And then they do the fucking reversal that I rewound because I was like, did I just see Zack Sabre Jr. catch a guy on the ground from a moonsault into a triangle choke?
Sure did.
And I was like, yeah, that's what he fucking did. Gabe Kidd moonsaults and Sabre catches him in a triangle choke. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
It's insane. I love watching these guys.
Yeah.
Kidd is probably the second MVP of this, the runner-up MVP of this fucking tournament.
Like, what a revelation for him.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane fucking run this dude's having. Earning his fucking contract, earning his place in this fucking company, earning his spot.
Yeah.
One of the guys, like Sabre, we've been waiting for Sabre. We knew this was in Sabre for a long time,
Sure.
right? We were just like, all of us were just like praying. Even Sabre was like, for the fucking company to be like, please.
Yeah.
But there was an open spot in this fucking company. There's a few open spots in this company, and Gabe Kidd filled one of them. Gabe Kidd was like, I got it.
It's crazy. Like, the fucking British guys are
Yeah,
stepping.
it's crazy. Fucking crazy. And then Sabre puts Kidd in a sleeper hold.
Oh, I love
And
the
Kidd
finish.
puts the double birds out, and Sabre is standing,
Yeah.
flips his legs over Kidd's arms, and presses his arms down and puts him out.
It's crazy.
Insane. They then said here that Kidd was eliminated.
Yeah.
They said that earlier too. But here now, I guess officially, there is no mathematical way for him to do anything.
No.
But he'll be playing spoiler. But goddamn, this match ruled too.
Fucking rocks, dude.
But like Sabre should win this fucking thing. Sabre's the king. But Kidd really was like, there's a spot to fill. I'm gonna be the one to fucking do it. Try and stop.
And this was my third, like, I feel like a G1 classic this week.
Yeah.
Like, what an unbelievable week for the G1.
Good week of G1.
You know,
And the only other weak shit is the House of Torture stuff. Honestly,
it's just so
everything else was just fine.
Everything else is solid.
Yeah.
That shit fucking
Yep,
sucks.
it stinks.
It's so bad. It's
bullshit. I fucking hate
and
it,
I
too.
really, really hope
Yep.
that we don't have to fucking deal with it much longer.
Evil is making it at least into probably the semifinals, I would say.
I can't have that happen. So, all right. So for the soon-to-be-named network, G1 standings.
Baby. Best part of the show.
Day 13.
Mm-hmm.
It is still a tight fucking
It is.
race. So,
Yes.
first place, as it stands, we have Mr. Marcus.
We do.
The Puro God himself. Mm-hmm. Second place tie right now between Mr. Dwicky and Mr. DJ.
That's right. Told you I was coming for you, Dwicky. I had a good couple days.
Yeah, you did.
Good couple days.
Third place standalone right now is Tim. Fourth place, I don't have an order. I just have them named. Fourth place right now is Michelle.
Michelle had a good couple days too.
With her 42 and 33.
Yep. Yeah.
What's that? Fourth place. Fifth place is me.
You. Yep.
41 and 34. I'm not out of it yet.
Not out of
I
it
need to
yet.
bounce
Nope,
back.
absolutely not out of it yet.
I mean, I'm only 4 behind first place.
Yeah.
That's how tight this has
Yep.
been.
Right.
So what did I say? That's fifth place?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Sixth place right now is Kevin Ford. Mm-hmm. Seventh place is Dave Howard.
Yep.
And eighth place right now, Dan, the only one with a losing record, my man. I'm so sorry. We're going to get you there, okay?
Man, Dan,
you caught up a little bit.
Brother,
you were real bad.
I could not be happier that you joined us on this.
Yes.
Like, honestly, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everybody's here. And I know that you said you put like a ton of work into it and everything. And like the G1's tricky. And like
It is,
it's
man.
fucking hard to predict
fucking
how they're booking
tough.
anything.
It's tough.
But yeah, tough fucking breaks in the all across in this fucking tournament.
It's been fucking nuts.
Yep.
I mean,
Try and I know you said Michelle and I do get a big kick out of it. You said in the Discord about how you're losing to someone who picked on just vibe, and like it works for her. But that's what it feels like to enter the once again relaunching soon to be named Network Pigskin Pick'em.
There you go.
To do worse than Joe, who picks every single team matchup before the season starts with no knowledge of who's good or not.
Yeah.
He just goes like based on like mascot or vibe or color scheme. I think he always picks the Raiders to win, and he does better than a lot of people. So sometimes a vibe is just the way to go.
Just go based on vibes.
Yeah.
All right. So
No shame in the game. It is a tough thing to do.
before I forget, because I forgot the previous 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What were your favorite matches?
Oh yeah,
I've been watching so much goddamn.
2
wrestling, I
days
just
later,
forgot.
I'm always after we record. I'm always like, hey, what we forget to do?
Yeah, same. I even have it right at the top of my fucking notes, but
ELP Takeshita
okay.
is my international, and god damn it, what was good on AEW? Man, was there anything that was like just not just fun, but actually really good? That's tough. Jared Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mine is Hiroki Goto, Konosuke Takeshita.
Of course.
God damn, I fucking loved it. And I'm going to go with from SummerSlam, Gunther versus Damian Priest.
Yeah. I almost watched that one, but I was like, I'm all right.
Happy to see my my sweet baby boy
Yeah,
get
good
his
for him.
crowning achievement.
Good for
I
him.
fucking love Gunther, so good for him.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Did you buy anything?
Did I buy anything this week? I don't think I did.
Okay.
So, yeah, I did actually. We got our tickets and hotel room booked for the
that's right.
Capital Collision in
That's fucking
2-3 weeks.
Yep.
3 weeks right now,
August
actually,
30th,
kind of.
baby.
Yeah. So there you go.
Fuck yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's actually the start of my vacation.
Oh,
And then, so I picked it up because it was on sale on the PlayStation Store, and because my nephews convinced me because they bought it this week, and I played it with them on Tuesday for fucking hours. WWE 2K.
nice.
Finally bought it.
Yeah.
It's on sale, so I said, fuck it, why
Yeah,
not?
nice.
So, don't know when I'm going to play. I've been playing college football a lot
Sure.
lately. But it was on sale, so I
right.
figured let's
Okay.
get it.
Oh.
Got the season pass and everything.
Did you?
So I'll get Terry Funk.
I'll be over to play.
Yeah, do whatever you're ready.
I gotta play as Terry.
You have to.
There's not cross PS4, PS5 play on those, are there?
I think there is.
Is there? We'll
Yeah.
have to look into that. But
It's on sale right now.
yeah,
So
all right.
if you,
We'll
buy,
see.
if you buy the standard version, it's like $30 or
That's
something.
not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, let's see what's going on.
And plus, the DLC eventually is going to come out. It's the last DLC. It's Great Buddha's in it.
Oh yeah, so you J-Tech and Jesus Christ, so just wrecking things. Can you tag team stories? Or
Yeah, we're just going to win every tag strap that ever existed.
yeah, exactly.
That's perfect for
the
me.
U.S. Tag Champions. Yeah,
Texarkana tag titles.
right. The Heritage Tag Champions. The
Fuck
whatever.
yeah.
That it?
I'm good, brother. I
All
don't
right,
have
me
anything
too.
else.
Get the hell out of here. Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been We Need Wrestling. You can find us online at WeNeedWrestling.com, at We Need Wrestling on all your social medias, including YouTube, where the shows are and the Terry Funk moments of the weeks are for now. Email the show at WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com. If you have any questions, concerns, please keep all questions to one. We're proud members of Soon to Be Named Network at STBN Network on social media, soontobenamednetwork.tumblr.com for all your needs, all the other podcasts, our other podcast, Wings on Wings, Final Wrestling Place with Marcus, At Odds with Wrestling with Joe and Adam, Longbox Heroes with Joe and Todd, Puzzle Warriors 3 with 3 guys whose name I don't know, but they're not from nowhere, Profane Argument, Longbox Heroes After Dark. Check out all the Patreons. Check out the Stink Sheet with Stink Sheet Ed.
Stinky Ed.
And is that everything? I think that's everything.
Yeah.
And I think next week we'll be coming back with the potential winners of the G1 bracket, because by the time
I
we
think
record,
we will, yeah.
we'll be in, unless there's a tie, then we use the finals or exact numbers. We'll figure that out. But if there's a clear winner, we'll know next week. So that's that.
Yeah. Go watch the G1. It's really good.
Just go watch Takeshita.
God, he's so fucking...
Everybody tweet at Tony Khan about why they're not talking about Takeshita.
Please do it.
You got to create an unruly hashtag. Create an unruly hashtag.
Joe,
But
get to work.
there's no reason for them not to be talking about a man that is literally stealing another company's most prestigious tournament.
He's handsome, too.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!